Yeah. Sorry, I just gotta delete a stream here. No, no, no. That's that. This is why I'm streaming. This is why I'm doing this. I want to give everybody in the community a voice. The problem is that there's an issue with YouTube tonight, and I think I figured it out. I routed through a different server, so I should be okay. I just gotta delete the old stream. I used to be way back when, but our guild kind of we got it into a we had a guy that was running the guild that basically killed it on us. And yeah, it was pretty bad, and a lot of us basically didn't want to get involved with him anymore. Okay, let's go live, and we are live now.
Yay!
Hey everybody, welcome back. We got Heather P here tonight. Heather, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
There, but I don't think we have anybody viewing yet, so we'll have to wait here.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh my god, I came in at the right time just to see Leanna doing the blowjob. What the fuck? God.
I gotta find the funniest shit for Phil every single time. I gotta do it.
I need to boycott everybody who uses the gel shake gif. I'm boycotting you all for using that, because that is like what nightmares are made out of. Holy shit.
But there's Rihanna. Rihanna.
You know, I'm glad she's doing well, but I'm not surprised I haven't heard from her.
And I don't think they will. Like I know you tried to reach out to her, and other people have tried to reach out to her, and she just because I think she views her time with Phil as a very bad time in her life.
Which is understandable, because it probably was.
Remember, like we talked about earlier, Leanna, very young when she met Phil. She had no life experience, right? And Phil was 10 years older than Leanna at the time. So, like, you look at that, and it's just like...
What the actual?
Like, she's still in high school, right? And Phil's already graduated college, right? Or university, or whatever he wants to say, whatever degree he has. Because it changes daily. But you look at that, right? So Phil's already been through college. He's already almost in his 30s. And he's hitting on a 17-year-old girl on Twitter.
Oh, that is so disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, like that is just creepy as fuck. But at the same time, can you blame him? Like, it's Phil we're talking about. Like, it's Phil we're talking about.
But she is cute. I will give him that. She is a very attractive young lady. And you know, I'm not going to say she isn't.
But, like, you need to understand, Phil thought he won the lottery, right? Like,
of course.
To Phil, that was, I won the lottery on that one. And it's just like...
He wanted a trophy wife without the obligation of having a wife.
Yeah.
I think if Leanna hadn't broken up with him, they wouldn't get married. They wouldn't, because I think at the time he wasn't interested in that kind of relationship. I don't think he's that interested in that kind of relationship now, to be honest, and he's married, which is really screwed up.
But it's not a marriage like a regular marriage, right?
Nothing
Meth
about
Bear,
anything filled
up.
Hi, Meth Bear.
Meth Bear, if you want on, just let us know.
She is cute. Yeah, come say hi to us.
Leanna's a beautiful woman, okay?
She is, but
Leanna, I think, had her own ghosts to deal with, her own skeletons in the closet, per se, right? And with Phil, I don't want to say Phil took advantage of her, but Phil took advantage of her.
There's no other way to put it. He did. He totally took advantage of her.
And then you look like a Cat, like we talked about earlier. He took advantage of Cat because of the condition Cat was in, right? With their family upbringing and everything. So it's just like... you're a creepy fuck, Phil. Like that just
Yeah.
you should be in prison.
I used to be in an emotionally abusive relationship when I was in high school. And let me tell you what, if a guy sees, if a guy who's prone to being abusive or a groomer or whatever sees any form of weakness or mental instability or whatever in the person he's choosing to be a partner with, oh my God, yeah. That's what I'm that is 100% what Phil fucking did. He saw a young woman who was screwed up for what, whatever caused it, and he latched on and played the psychic vampire game with her, and that's just.
But see,
I'm
for me,
glad she got it.
like who reached out to who? Like we hear the stories that Phil says that Liana reached out to him, and Liana says no, he kept creeping on her and kept messaging her, and that got. Oh, hey Steve, how you doing? That got really
Hi,
fucking
Steve.
creepy. Like that got seriously fucking creepy. Like if you
I'll
had
believe Leanna over Phil.
oh yeah, 100%. But if you had like a 27-year-old guy just constantly messaging you and you're 17 years old, wouldn't you see that? Like for me,
Yeah.
I don't know, like that just creeps me the fuck out. Like
Oh yeah.
and like
Yeah.
how
No.
Cat is what? Cat's 33, I think.
I have no clue. I honestly am happy to not know anything about that woman.
I don't
But
want to
she
know
is
anything
younger.
about that woman, and I know too much about that woman. That's the fucking problem. And the more shit
Get
that
out while you
fucking
can.
I know, right? Like the more shit that you find out, it's just like wow. And then Phil's like, oh, my wife, my loving wife, and I've been this very loving marriage. And it's like, no, you're not. You're
No.
living with a woman that one day could snap and kill you. And it's just like
I almost said we can only wish, and then I stopped myself because that's cruel.
like
But we can only wish, right?
hey Darksy, hey Lewis, how you doing?
Hi, Darksy. Hi,
But
Lewis.
YouTube's
Hello.
fucking up tonight. I had an error with YouTube here earlier when I was trying to run the stream. It kept giving me a YouTube error. And I started getting massive drop frames, but I've fixed it now and rerouted. Hey Roachbait. But
Hey, Rich
see,
Bait.
like
Hi.
Meth Bear and I talked about it. We had like you have OIC that wants to wear Phil's skin like a coat. Okay, 100%.
Oh,
Like OIC is
it puts
Meth
the
Bear and I are on
lotion
the
in
same
the
wavelength on that
basket,
guy.
or it gets the or it puts.
Yeah,
How does that go? It puts the lotion
it's
on
on
the
the
skin.
skin or it gets the
It
hose or
gets
something like that, right?
the hose again. Yep. Ugh.
But like
That
you look at OIC, you look at the people that Phil like Derek, and then you have Derek, right, or Darish, or however you want to pronounce it, right? And
Dumpa.
Darish is just that kid.
Yeah.
That kid should be in a padded cell. Like that kid
There
is just
is.
like who was it?
There's.
Like he had those little who was it that was on that being said Discord where they posted Derek's YouTube history and the videos he has saved and it had like the little kids on it and everything. And it was just like
Yeah.
like and this kid, he stalks porn stars on Twitter. And he's not a kid anymore. Like he's in his 20s.
He's about my kids' ages. Yeah, my kids are 25 and 26. So
Like
yeah, he's about their age.
Derek should be on a sex offenders list.
That's what I've said. I've
Yeah.
said that more
Yeah.
than once. Do you want me to meet you in Orbrus?
Yeah, sure. We can party up.
Okay. Oh wait, yeah. I was like, oh wait, we need to be grouped first. Am I going to have to sync up with you because
I should probably sync up with you because I'm max level.
okay,
You are not, so
I don't have the little prompt, so I'll meet you in Orbrus by the inn. Wait, where's my fucking Hearthstone set to? Oh wow. I haven't reset my Hearthstone since BFA. I still Hearthstone in a Snug Harbor Inn. Wow.
Hey BST. Hey Irie. How you guys doing?
Hi guys.
But I gotta like for me, like I I stopped for a bit in BFA, and I forgot all about Nazjatar and Mechagon, and I had to go back last weekend and start doing all those quests and everything because I can't fly in BFA yet. I can fly in freaking Shadowlands, but I can't fly in BFA.
I did all of BFA flying, and then I realized how close I was to Legion flying, so I did that back to back in like a week. When I get my hair up my ass, rep grinds, whatever I need to do to get flying, oh my god, I will hammer that shit out in like no time.
For me, all I do is run dungeons until I'm max level, and then I gear out, and then I go back and do all the quests.
Yeah.
Because I'm over geared and I can do the quests easily. So,
I didn't like that one zone. What was the zone with the Naga at Nazjatar?
Nazjatar, yeah, I hate that zone. That zone stinks. Like it
smells like cat's pussy, probably. Oh wait, did I say that? I'm sorry.
You're missing out, Irie. You're missing out. It hasn't changed.
I don't think they're going to bring back Arthas just because he kind of got like his happy ending at the end of Shadowlands.
Yeah.
I do think they're going to bring Sylvanas back though.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're going to bring Sylvanas back. Arthas is
They're going to be really because of how they're doing that time jump. Oh shit. Spoiler. Well, no, I don't think it's a spoiler. It's been on every single WoW streamer and common influencer video. Because of and it's been leaked so many times. There's a 5-year time jump between
now and Dragonflight.
The end of the Jailer and the starting of Dragonflight. But Greymane is still the king of the Alliance.
Hey Elaine, how you doing?
Hello. Hi, Lang. How are you? I feel kind of weird talking on your stream.
Why? That's like I said. That's the point of my streams. I want to be able to give everybody in the community a voice. So, so instead of just posting on Discord or posting on Kiwi Farms once it's back up, ask me if you want to come on stream and talk about Phil or talk about games or whatever while we sit here and laugh at Phil. And speak of the devil, Shitbeard is live.
Oh, fuck me. I mean,
let's get this all set up. I love it how whenever I start a stream, it's always in 480p.
So, he's trying right
how
now.
How did you manage to start in 480p?
Because Phil's streams always come up in 480p for me.
Take out that middle, it would be a little better.
Oh,
but anyway,
him. Gotcha.
From him. He says, "Why don't you take that blanket?"
I was going to say, mine I think is 720p, but our internet is balls here, admittedly.
Well, I've got God-tier internet, so... Not business internet. I don't have business
internet.
Yeah,
rub my nose in it. Fucking braggart. Don't brag about your God-tier internet. Jesus Christ.
It's a fun 1.5 gigabit connection, so... Not like Phil's 300 megabits.
Anyway.
Mine is like,
good evening, everyone.
the last test I did was like 30 down, 10, 11 up. Which for what we use our internet for, it's not bad. I've never had problems with streaming based on my upload speed.
It's a throwback of nostalgia for me. It allows me to feel like I'm in arcades like back in the day when I was a teenager, and then it makes me feel like I'm in my
Alright, I'm at the Orosin.
Playing Street Fighter competitively.
Yeah, I'm right beside you.
Okay, it's really neat.
So I'll trade you this stuff here. Let's see, we should be able to, I think so.
I made it to 53 today, Irving. I was just like, oh yeah.
It won't allow me to trade because it's not cross realm.
Aww.
So that's
I just hate to say it's not really working out that well recently. You know, this collection.
Conroy, I have
came out late June.
My connection's 1.5 gigabits down, 100 gigabits
Sadly, it just seems like less and less people play.
Or 100 megabits up. 100 megabits.
Is it fiber? No, you said it's just regular cable internet.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to say is thank you to those who come back every Friday night.
So let's see.
Most of you are regulars. You know, you're here just
God, that armor.
You want to see fighting games, And if you see
I like the armor you're wearing, except the mask, the headpiece. It's kind of
sucks that we can't get more
creepy.
with Friday Night Fights.
Yeah.
With the game itself, it's not
Oh
necessarily.
man, if I didn't think it would echo, I really want to listen to Phil's bullshit, but I won't. Who came in? Who came in? Who came in?
Where you going?
Who's it? Who's
Oh.
that?
Jasper, what happened?
Hi.
You told me told me to jump on.
Oh, it's Met
Well,
Bear.
yeah.
What is
the hell?
up?
Oh.
Hey.
I'm Met Bear.
Hey, sorry, just had. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing okay. Just a long day. Just fed my dog. So.
You don't want it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was hearing what you were saying about, with Panda and with Cat, and I mean, with my experience in, what I do with domestic violence in the family courts, well, basically, what I do is that I have, there are local shelters and organizations who, well, have now, or they started to learn to contact me because, I started taking some cases from, effectively they were indigent domestic violence victims and who are, in shelters or whatnot. And so word gets around if, an attorney can help them out. And I mean, I don't, for the ones that they filter them for me, and they don't, because I don't charge for the service because I make enough with my personal injury work for those particular cases. They try to make sure that they're not the usual, I'm pissed off at the baby daddy or something like that type of domestic violence case. And so then they'll bring those to me. And I also take ones that are not like that, but that's the majority of them. And yeah, you run into a lot of psychos in these cases, and a lot of it is, there's a good amount that's drug and alcohol based. And the women they'll say, when he wasn't drinking or he wasn't on drugs, never ever would have done
nicest guy. Yep.
Exactly. It's that the drugs drive him crazy. And then there are the ones who they have the security system outside the home, but they also have the cameras inside the home. Always wondering, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Let me check your phone all the time. Do this, do that. Don't dry the dishes this way. You might end up getting your head smashed into the wall. There was one where a woman was actually, one of my clients, she ended up setting up her phone to record because she suspected that, and she used another phone to try call 911, and she used one of her phones to record and sort of like set it up. And he ended up coming through the door. And this is actually, I had a few break-in cases. One of them was where actually she had a taser in her hand and was telling her to stop. Was telling the guy to stop after he broke in. He ended up taking the taser out of her hand and started just shocking her with the taser.
Oh,
and,
no.
Then he was started making moves towards the baby who was there in the room, but she put herself in between the baby and him, and he ended up he turned the water off, broke off the handle so that she couldn't turn it back on easily, and then left on the outside, so that they couldn't have any water in the house. Real piece of work that guy was. And then another one, he came in, and you really couldn't see it, but you could hear it because the way the camera is positioned. But when you hear somebody who's just, I mean,
sorry.
You just hear.
I'm not laughing at you.
No, I know. It's just that, I mean, hearing somebody who knows how to punch, like actually connecting with the human body, is just this thud. And he actually picked her up and like threw her into a wall. And it like left a dent in the wall.
Jesus.
But one of the worst things was when the kid comes out and found her, when the son came out and found her, because she told him to, don't come out. And well, obviously he came out and found her, and then he started, going ape shit because mommy wasn't moving. So it's you see all the horrors that you can see, but you get the guys who they never hurt you, or physically hurt you. They never lay a hand on you, but they don't need to. And you got to wonder, is Phil one of those types?
Psychological.
Phil's the psychological type. He is.
I'm not. Well, the thing is that I don't know to what level, because when it comes to Panda, she was young, naive, didn't know any better. And he basically, I believe Panda, in which he said, "You want to be my girlfriend? You want to be my girlfriend? You want to be my girlfriend?" Because Phil is psychologically stunted.
Yeah, but he
like
convinced
17-year-old boy.
Yeah, but he convinced her to move across the country with him.
Right? Women would, if there's a guy who pulled out a 50 cal Desert Eagle who was riding dirty, and he had a ride or die type girl, and he said, "Hide this for me," and she was wearing a mini skirt and a tube top, she would find a place to hide that thing. Okay, let me just tell you. All right, she would shove that thing up somewhere to keep her man from going to jail.
Yikes.
And no, but that's the thing is, I know he convinced her, but she really didn't know any better. But that's the thing that he had. But that's all that he could rely on at that time. At that time was the fact that Panda didn't know shit and was also emotionally immature, just like he was.
Yeah, but not only that, like you look at what Phil had to do to get Leanna. Okay, he's 27 years old. She's 17.
Yep.
He's got to convince her that to move out of Pennsylvania, to move across the country with him. She knows nobody.
Drop out of school. Drop out of school.
Drop out of like she was dropped. Well, she had when she was 16. She dropped out of school.
Right? Oh, so okay.
Did she even finish? Did she ever finish her high school? Did she finish in Seattle? I think she finished it in Seattle. I think she.
Yeah, she finished her GED in Seattle.
Yeah,
but the thing is that they moved out there it was the middle of 2014 that they moved out there, and they started dating in, was it 2012? It was 2012. Okay, so she was 20 when they moved out there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's.
But she hadn't graduated high school yet. She hadn't graduated.
And she hadn't graduated high school. So Panda had, she was one of those types who, she was ride or die for Phil. She was. By the fact that she would, like that shit, she was talking to John Rambo.
You could see it in that one video. It's a panel. Who was it? It was John Rambo. Was it Howard? Who was the second guy? It was Howard, I think. And then it was Phil and Leanna. And they weren't even sitting next to each other. It was Rambo and the other guy at one table on one side. And then Leanna and Phil on the other side. And even then, it seemed like he was starting this whole us versus them kind of mentality, because I don't know if that's making sense. It's just something. It's like, it's weird. But like you were saying, she was ride or die. She was a bitch to them. Oh my god.
Well, if you watch that one video where she tells Rambo, you can hear it off mic almost, and she's like, 50% of what you make comes to Phil, and it's just like, you're a bitch. I was just
I hope
and Rambo's,
she had it.
The look on Rambo's face is just like, well, Rambo, why are you friends with these people? Like, fuck them. They're losers.
Right?
But like, okay, so Phil was able to. We're just waiting for the cue to pop right now. But like, you look at what Phil did. Okay, so Leanna used to stream. She used to do her own game streams. Phil got her to stop. Kat used to do her own game streams. Phil got her to stop. So it's like he repeated the exact same shit he did with Leanna with Kat.
Yeah.
I can speak on personal experience about this. My boyfriend, who was a mental and emotional abuser, he would try to do that with me. Like, if I wanted to go out to watch Rocky Horror and he didn't want to go, it was very much. He never outright stated it, but there was that undercurrent of, you better not go without me, but I'm not gonna go. Fuck it, I went anyways, because I was fucking tired of his bullshit at that point. But yeah, that's very much what Phil is doing. He's controlling who can see what, who can learn what about him. He doesn't want to risk Kat saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, and the detractors will, he doesn't want her to inadvertently or on purpose give the detractors any more fuel for our
Leanna did that. Leanna did that by the fact that she had her own streams in which she said, oh yeah, he kept hitting me up and pestering me over the YouTube chats until, I agreed to go out with him. And then with that, what was it, Near Automata stream, in which, she was just dunking on him the entire time and just completely trashing him. He didn't want that again. It's like, you're here to make me money, and you're here to cook my dinner and do my laundry that I don't know how to do. And in a way that, I don't know, with Kat, I don't know how many women he might have messaged. He might have gone off and tried to message other women in the same way that he ended up messaging Kat. But with Kat, I could see her with the past that she grew up with. I mean, God, I hate speculating like this, but there is a type of woman out there who will just put their hard upbringing and their crazy upbringing out there right away.
Right.
And they'll put out the fact that, Kat was involved with a dependency court case. Those are ugly, ugly cases in which you're basically looking at potentially having your kids taken away. And if it's bad enough to have your parental rights terminated, in which you are no longer legally the parent of these children. It is a fundamental constitutional right that you be able to parent your children. Obviously, you can't. It's not an absolute right. It's not an absolute right. Just like speech is not an absolute right, and the Second Amendment is not an absolute right. None of these things are absolute, and you have to make sure that the children are fed, that they're educated, that you follow the laws involving raising your children. But it can be terminated if under certain circumstances, especially if there are things like there's gross negligence, endangering their life, or if there's sexual abuse. So it seems like she was probably done with Superman at the time she was talking to Phil, and she monkey brand.
You think that?
I would, because she never wanted to do anything. She never wanted to go out and according to the Tevin stream, this is according to the Tevin stream, she never wanted to go out and really do anything. He had a social life that she didn't want to be a part of. She seemed to be rather insular. She just tended to be. No, not Leanna.
Kat.
Kat.
Oh, Kat. Okay.
Kat. With Kat. And I think that she may have been, or at least looking for someone else. A lot of women will, if they're not married, well, even women who are married, that they can be on the lookout for monkey branching away from whoever they got, and it will generally be up. Women will not intentionally monkey branch down. It's like, why do that? Why go with a guy who's not as good looking, or a guy who doesn't have as much money, a guy who's a lesser prospect, right?
Desperation.
It's you could do it, but the thing is that it's, instead of monkey branching to another guy, it's just leave and start over. If you're looking at extreme danger, right? So, but typically, if they can, well, in that is actually, if you're looking at like life or limb, yeah, you could monkey branch, you could like swing to another guy if you're going down, but it's
He said going down.
You're basically you're going down a level. Like maybe a guy who doesn't make as much money, but a guy who you know is willing to take care of you, who you know that you can just swing away and just dump them when you know your prospects, you know, when you've stabilized a little bit. There are women who they don't keep relationships for long. They just jump from guy to guy to guy. You know, that's just. Oh wait! Oh, my monitor went off. Sorry. They just don't do that. And I think that she could have been done because she was older than Subaru Man. He had an active social life. She wasn't very happy in those videos where he was running those speakers and her hair was flying about, right? So she wasn't really, according to him, she wasn't really about his life. And Phil is like, hey, you're streaming, I'm streaming. I have a lot of money, in which he went and said, save the house in order to make up enough money to, you know, impress upon her that I have, you know, that I have all this money and I can pay all the bills and you don't have to do shit or anything like that. And, you know, Subaru Man said that she was bit of a gold digging, or, you know, she was very money centric, it seemed like. And, but by that time that she moved out there, she was kind of, it was almost like she was kind of stuck, you know, because he's like, you can't go online, you can't do this, you can't do that. And he just locked her down because of his paranoia. Right. So I think that he found her and she was like, I'm in a really bad way. I had an effed up childhood. And he probably saw that and is like, are you willing to, you know, wash my clothes and wipe my ass and be my mommy? And, you know, she's probably like, I have lots of money. Look at all the money I have. Aren't you impressed by my money?
I can picture Phil doing that. I can picture Phil going, can you wipe my ass? I can picture him doing that. Like I can hear it right now in my head.
Yeah, it's like basically
as long as he doesn't call her mommy while he's asking.
Well, he's done it on stream. He's called her my mom, my wife, right? Like,
yeah.
How many times has he done that?
He was looking for a caretaker. He was looking for a maid, and he basically wanted that arrangement. And he's like, be impressed by my money. Look at all this. It's almost like with the way a teenager would flex by the fact that when you're in high school, you had a car. You know, and there would be some girls who'd be like, ooh, you have a car, therefore you are better. And they would just, you know, and they would just go after that. And
Help.
What?
I don't know, I'm tanking. I was tanking too, I was dying. Sorry, Matthew, we're playing WoW. This tank sucks.
Yeah, can't keep aggro.
Sorry, wait, what do you... Oh, crap, is this Shadow Labs?
Yeah.
Manitomb.
Well, we're Manitomb. We're doing time walking.
Oh, Manitombs. Okay. Yeah, because I haven't played WoW in years.
You should start.
You should start again.
No.
Peer pressure.
No, I had a druid tank, and I stopped playing back in. Well, I mean, I have Miss Pandaria, but I think I stopped playing in Kata. But I stopped playing really hardcore Wrath of the Lich King, where we were doing.
Wrath of the Lich King is hands down the best fucking expansion in this game, hands down. And I will die on that hill, let me tell you.
Then we started doing. Then Kata came out, and oh my god, some of those early dungeons where people were just. You know, when they redid the mana system, and to where people were, you know, going and it's like you can't do that. We have to put the lucky charms above their heads, and we got to root, and we got to use strategies. It's just
what is this fucking monk doing? Monks can't fucking tank. Oh my god, they're worse than paladin tanks. Holy! Oh, we got the shit.
Paladin tanks.
We're good.
Are paladin tanks shitty now?
No, most tanks are god tier except for monk.
Oh, okay.
Paladin took a big hit, I want to say, in Kata. Like every other class kind of did in Kata. I'm still bitter about Kata taking away my hunter's mana pool.
Oh, that's right. They went to that an energy type thing, right?
Focus, which is basically what Rogue has. Well, Rogue
Right.
has energy, but same difference.
God, what was I thinking? Man, I think that back in Wrath of the Lich King, when I popped the, what was it, the Feral Tank had their cooldown. I think I was getting something like 350 or $400,000 or 400,000 hit points or something like that. It was pretty intense. I don't know if that's anything now, because I haven't paid attention to the game in so long.
Oh my god, Prophet, please queue for tank next time.
I can't tank. I don't have any tank here.
Ugh.
I only do damage. And
You're worthless. No, I'm
Are
joking.
Death Knights are Death Knights still good?
Death Knights are awesome. Death Knights are awesome.
Death Knights have
Frost tanks?
always been awesome.
Okay.
I haven't tanked as one in a long time, but all around they're a good class.
No, I remember when they were first introduced, they
were overpowered.
Way overpowered, and everybody's like, "Yeah, look at me, I'm two-handing with my Frost tank, and I'm able to do everything better." And then they
still
nerfed
are.
them to bring them back.
They had to
back
nerf them.
They're massively overpowered still.
I'm replaying the Burning Crusade content in Classic. They're overpowered. And they're still overpowered.
Wait a minute, but they weren't even in Burning Crusade.
They're out now. They're out now because the Wrath.
They are now
thing is
because
coming out.
King Classic is going to drop on the 29th.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The Wrath Classic comes out. I'm not playing it though.
What's up, Tyrone?
Oh, Tyrone showed up. Must have walked by the room.
I don't know what's going on here.
Just walked by the door.
Oh, did he look out?
No, he just said, "Oh, hey Tyrone, how you doing?" So I assumed he just walked by the door.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
I just want to touch base on this. Okay, so with Leanna,
Yeah.
Leanna was outgoing because she had a lot of friends that she worked with when she moved to Seattle. She made a lot of friends, and those friends are the ones who are like, "Well, why aren't you two married?" Right? And that's what God.
Well, I mean,
like
it was
Kat,
they were probably the ones who, even when she would be describing what probably her history, were all like, "Honey, that's not normal. Like, what the f?"
Yeah.
And at least that to begin with, it's like, well, I do his laundry and I have to cook his healthy meals because he wants healthy, fresh meals because he wanted the 1950s and 60s mentality of, you come home from a long day of work and you're like, "Hey, honey, I'm beat," and she comes up and gives you the peck on the cheek and
a gin and tonic and
get your gin and rubs your feet and be silent and make sure everything is taken away. And then when you sit at the table, she puts the plate in front of you and you're all like, "Oh boy, honey, this looks delicious. Fresh homemade meal." It's like you're putting all your love into this. And I think that's what he saw, and that's what he latched onto.
He watched Mad Men one too many fucking times.
No, not even just Mad Men. I mean, you look at old oh God. You look at any old sitcoms, or even I Love Lucy had it to an extent. It still had that roles, and a lot of the older, just any of the older movies from that time, from the 50s and 60s, anything.
But do you think he watches movies like that? Let's be honest. He can barely watch a movie that's current.
Maybe when he was younger, because I mean, I can tell you, I watched a lot of those older movies that were classics to my grandparents, and his I mean, he and I, and you probably we're all in the same age range. So I mean, a lot of those movies were, they were on TV or they would be watched
every weekend.
Every weekend, and so I'm sure he saw those things, and things like I Love Lucy were on reruns constantly during on a lot of the Fox affiliates around the country, because they were just cheap. They were just cheap to run, and so he probably just thought, well, that's the ideal, and that's what I want. I want the white picket fence. I want the the traditional home life. And so part of it is, I mean, when I was in law school, I had a professor who told me that when his father came home from working in the factory, he took off his pants, sat in front of the TV, and didn't lift a finger to do any housework
That's
whatsoever.
how my papa was. Yep.
And it wasn't his job. His job was to go and bust his ass out of the house and do maintenance on the outside. He would do the outside of the house. That was what he touched. Anything inside the house, he would never help with cooking or washing dishes or laundry or anything. Not his job. And so he probably has that bit of the mentality, but also it's just his extreme laziness and the fact that he never had to learn to defend for himself.
Oh no. Sorry. Why are we getting the boss ads on us, motherfucker? Oh no. Sorry, I'm not wanting to die.
Donna Reed. He wants to be a Jimmy Stewart. He wants to be a
He wants to be the father in Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, you could say that, and
I can see that.
Maybe even I don't know if he necessarily want to be a Spencer Tracy, but
he doesn't have. He could want all he wants. He ain't got the fucking class to be Spencer Tracy. Sorry.
No, fuck that. No. He shouldn't. He shouldn't try to get. Or maybe even a Gregory Peck. Maybe he sees himself as he's like, well, I have money, therefore I could be like that. It's like no. There has to be responsibility. There has to be.
Right, because even if those men didn't help around the house, they're the ones bringing home the bacon back then, not the wives. The wives were staying home, raising the kids, and all that.
Yeah, but even my grandfather worked in factories. He worked for, it underwent some name changes, but it used to be Kaiser Steel out here in California for a long time, and he would come home and he wasn't like that though. He would actually help with, he knew how to do the laundry machine. He knew how to do all those things. And so, but he also knew how to work on the outside of the house. That's what he loved doing, that type of stuff. But he also knew how to help on the inside. And even my grandfather was in the he was in the Navy and he fought in Korea and Vietnam. And even then, one of the things that he and my grandma did every night was they would wash the dishes together. And they would set the table together. That's one of the things that they did. So it wasn't everybody, but I think it's that he latched on to the ideal, that tradition, and also the fact that he was pampered and the only child, and he has narcissistic tendencies and avoidance tendencies. It's just he wants everything done for him, and he wants money to go rolling through.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, that's right. He didn't learn how to use a washer dryer until he was 35 years old. That's pathetic. I was doing my mom taught me how to start doing the laundry when I was. I think it was at least like how to do the towels and whatnot when I was like 8. Yeah. But I was big for my age, and so it was like I could do
probably that easier for you to reach the bottom of the washing machine if it was a top loader than her.
Like when I was in the fifth grade, I was 5 feet tall. When I was entering junior high, I was 6 feet tall.
Damn.
So yeah, and so.
See, I'm 5'1", and we have a top loader washing machine. I have to almost climb in to reach the shit in the bottom. I'm not joking. I have to hop up and lean in.
Yeah, I never had to do that.
I envy men.
Yeah, one of my exes.
Well, I'm only fucking 5'7". I'm fucking short.
But you're fine though. You're still tall enough to not have to climb shelves at the fucking grocery store.
I'm below average height. Average height for a male in North America is 5'9".
Do you have to climb the shelves to get something off the top shelf at the store?
I did. I had to take my mom shopping last week, and I had to climb up to get Cheetos for her and my stepfather.
Okay. I guess I can't use that as a bitching point then.
Yeah, I mean, one of my exes was she was 4'10", and I'm 6'2", so it was like it reached that shit for me. It was like, oh, okay, so I'm the stepladder, so I was useful for, being kept around. So
men have to be good for something, right? If we're not using you for sperm donation, we gotta find something else.
Or raising someone else's kid, which is something I personally, I've been in the family, I've seen the family court system. I refuse to be a stepdad or to raise someone else's kids.
Yeah,
I've seen the
I'm
problems.
a stepmom. It's an interesting experience. I'll just say that. She doesn't live with us, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's something that I don't want to experience, and it's something that's just too damn difficult, and it's you just don't. It's something that I just don't want that stress in my life. So yeah.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Yeah. So with Phil, Phil's a man baby. He has what's it called? He's got to have arrested development. I think even Steve of the Dead has commented.
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
he has definitely.
This is a wipe.
Oh!
This is a wipe.
Oh, this tank is fucking killing me. Literally, I'm laying here dead. Hello. Oh my god, did our tank fucking die? I'm up DPS! Why am I dying, you fucking more? Oh wait, I sound like, oh my god, I just had a film moment. I am so sorry,
Well, if
everybody.
it's justified, that's different. Almost all of his bitching is unjustified. There have been a few instances in which either his bitching is unjustified because that's just the way it goes, Phil. I mean, that's the way that things are. Like when he was bitching about like Call of Duty, what was it? There was the incendiary shotguns that they had one time were the range was too damn long, and it was sort of like, that's just the way it is. You're refusing to, I guess, cheese what everybody else is doing. But then there are other times in which he's going through and he was trying to hit somebody with a sledgehammer. One time it should have been a melee kill. And you're looking at it and he's bitching like, it goes right through him. And I was kind of looking at him like, he probably should have had that one. There was probably something up with the server or something.
Yeah,
then,
I mean, I'm not going to go as far as to say Phil is never justified to feel the way he does.
Yeah, but he does it for everything.
It's always a big overreaction. It's like, dude, you're not winning a fucking Oscar. Get over it.
Well, he has to. I mean, it seems like he has to emote in that way, and
he plays it up.
Well, it's not just necessarily he plays it up. It's that he has to. It seems like if he doesn't complain about every little thing, he concedes it as being that was my fault. That was my failing. That was me not being top 4 or fourth place at Evo.
Can we kick this tank? Yeah. Oh, my favorite thing is when he talks about the food he eats and how bad it is. There was a feasting with the king, and what was it he was eating? It wasn't Hawaiian. I think it was one before that. Oh, was it barbecue?
The Filipino food.
I don't remember.
But there was the barbecue, yeah. Well, there was the
barbecue with the ribs, and he was complaining about the bones. It's like, dude, it's a fucking rib.
That was the Filipino food.
Well, he also complained about the bones, the rib tips, which were supposedly really highly regarded, and he was complaining by the fact that the rib tips had bones in them. But he was also complaining about the Filipino food, by the fact that he said, I don't want to have to cut, I just want to eat, and he wants everything prepared for him to just mindlessly shovel things into his maw.
It was too much work for him to get the chicken off the bone. That's his complaint, and it was just like, what the fuck?
It was the chicken of bottom.
I'm going bare. Fuck this shit. I'm going bare. I'm going off tank.
Filipino girls, goddamn. But but Philippines is one of those crazy places where you'll have people who will be kind and warm and friendly to you. You'll be killing yourself because it's so fucking humid outside, and then there'll be some guy who'll be like, "Putang imam mo," like while there's like dogs barking in the background or shit like that, man. And and maybe some roost and some chickens running around in the front yard, and it's just some guy telling you to fuck your mother, or your mom's a whore, and just getting angry at you or some shit like that.
So they take cues from Phil?
No, I mean it's just not not from Phil. I mean,
I'm joking.
He doesn't want to have to crack the lobster shell. He doesn't have to want to crack the lobster shell, which I
remember that. Yeah, we complained about having crab legs and lobster and everything. Yeah, fuck.
The thing is,
Fuck you, bougie piece of shit. You can fucking put some work into that greasy food you're gonna be shoving into your goddamn gob, you motherfucker.
I was dating a girl who her dad loved king crab leg, and for him it
crab
was
legs are best.
He would pile on these king crab legs, and he would, if the fun for him was cracking them open and and pulling them out and getting the meat out, and that's the thing that he loved. Right.
That is fun. I'll give him that.
I mean, I don't eat crab or anything like that, and I mean, I don't drink or anything.
Pull the boss again. What the fuck?
Does he just want to get it over? I mean, what the fuck?
No, it's a monk. People who play monks have this weird superiority fucking complex, and they pull
because they drop their totem and they think they're gonna fucking do massive threat. It does distraction.
I'd rather have a shaman tank. I don't think shamans can tank, of course, but oh wait, can shaman? What is this happening? Oh, I hate this tank.
This is bad news. Like this guy's a fuck up.
Oh.
My throw. I should have gotten a throw.
This is the epitome of why people. This is a perfect example of why people don't like monk tanks. Oh my god.
I want to say something with Leanna and Kat. With Leanna, when she came out, like I believe her coworkers are the ones that got her to leave Phil. But Kat, like, remember when Kat first moved in, got married, she was going out with her coworkers, like the Halloween parties and everything like that she went to. But then Phil put a stop to that.
Of course he did.
Because I think he didn't want to have the same exact thing happen with Leanna, where the friends told Kat, like, this guy's a fucking loser. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Like if a guy came up right now that had that made more money than Phil, and that was guaranteed money, because Phil wants to consider himself successful, but he has to beg day in and day out for money.
Oh,
right? And so it's not a guaranteed paycheck every month, right? So if somebody came in that was more stable than Phil, Kat would leave in a heartbeat.
You getting ads when we're done with this fucking. Where did this asshole?
Yeah, but her prospects. I mean, from what we've seen, her prospects of doing that are low. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she had some depression or anxiety issues already, and that she seemed like she was willing to be outgoing. But I mean, you can have depression and still be outgoing and still want to do and still want to be social and everything. Yeah. But he may have, I don't know, maybe he could have made it work, because you know that he scowls and he has these temper tantrums, and you gotta think, because you can have somebody who has very low self-esteem, in which somebody will attack that and just beat them down and and really work on that. But I don't know where she really was in that, because she was streaming, she was putting herself out there. So, she sort of...
They both were. Both Kat and Leanna used to do that. And then he put a stop to that, right?
He did.
When you're being in any kind of abusive relationship, you learn to lay down and play dead, proverbially speaking, and keep the peace, because you don't want to be yelled at, or you don't want to be talked down to, or you don't want to be called a piece of shit because you're doing something they don't approve of.
Yeah, there's always that, and except he probably, once they got married, he probably really cranked it up, because it's not, now you're stuck. Now if you want to leave, you got to go through a divorce, which is it's a lot harder.
Even though divorce doesn't carry the stigma it did in the 50s and 40s and all that, it's still not really well looked upon. You're looked at as a failure, and a lot of people would rather put up with whatever situation they're in than be seen as a failure because you couldn't make your marriage work. Yay!
Yeah, and she also had nowhere to go. Like, what is she going to do?
She's going to be on the streets again.
With Leanna,
I think
She probably could have gone home to Pennsylvania. But Kat has absolutely nothing. Like, where's she gonna do? Is she gonna go live with Jenna and fucking Reseda? In the van on the corner?
They're gonna team up as a dual, like sister hookers, and start a hot sister on sister action OnlyFans account.
My offer's still out there. If Fantastic Mr. Sam, if you ever see this, Fantastic Mr. Sam, if you see this, my offer to fly you out to California to interview Jenna, and you can stay with her in the van, it's still up. I'm not.
Oh no! Why are you wishing that upon Mr. Sam? What has he ever done to you to deserve such ill?
It was something we were talking about on Discord. I told him I'd fly him out to California if he wanted to interview Jenna.
Wait, you took Mr. who?
Fantastic Mr. Sam.
Oh, Fantastic Mr. Sam. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Out to California, but he'd have to stay with Jenna in the van. Yeah, I'd fly him.
No.
I'd fly him to California.
God, you know, that smell. You know that van smells like the.
Oh God.
Skunk weed, and onions and Pitbull.
Unwashed pussy. Oh.
I'm sure she keeps clean. I'm sure she keeps clean for her clients.
That disgusting
Kool-Aid. That bear will dance around it. I'll go there.
I'm sure she keeps clean for her clients if she can get them. And
no.
Well, again, like we were talking about this right before we started the stream.
God, that is so cruel.
We were talking about the guy in Kiwi Farms that paid for her services, and she was washing herself with that fucking Kool-Aid, and it was just like, God, like holy shit, is she fucked in the head?
What flavor was it?
I don't know. It was some pink shit, and it was like, and it was stained everything.
I didn't need an answer. Oh. That was so rhetorical, and you still answered it. That was gross.
He put pictures up on fucking Kiwi Farms, and it was just some
like stained the bathtub and everything.
Like she walked in, she had like this mink fur coat on and everything. It was just really fucking weird.
She probably bought it at Salvation Army for like $3, and it's all matted and moth-eaten and shit.
Oh, they got over there in that Hollywood, where I think he said he found her in like, what was it, Hollywood or West Hollywood at the time. They have all sorts of secondhand stores and everything up there. I mean, I've been up in that area. Actually, I was up there not too long ago. But they have all sorts of places where you could buy stuff for super cheap, and so it's perfect for a place like her. It's full on.
Santee Alley.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. It's a place drag queens go to for like super cheap, like makeup. Santee Alley, I believe is what it's called.
Santee Alley. Maybe. I mean, I know that they have like clubs.
Like West Hollywood, I think.
Oh yeah, West Hollywood. The West Hollywood flag is actually it's the layout of the city on a map, but it's in a rainbow flag.
Nice.
And that's on the side of their police cars. They have like Matthew Shepard Square, or Matthew Shepard Park, like Memorial Park that's there.
Oh, that's really cool.
And they have lots of, they have lots of like rainbow flags hanging from businesses and everything like that. What was the other thing? They have. Yeah, I mean, it's basically, it's just known as, even though, like, what did it used to be? It used to be mostly Russians, and now I think it's more Hispanic now than it is. A lot of the Russians have moved out, especially since they started moving out after the earthquake, but they moved out more recently, so I think it's more Hispanic now, but also gay as well, a high gay population, too. So, he rage quit?
Huh?
Oh, no, Phil rage quit again.
Yeah,
of course he did. Fucking moron.
Yeah, but they were talking about, he was talking about in there how she was, I don't know, how she was, like, crying and everything like that. Now, first, and he said that he couldn't finish. There are guys out there that if the girl was crying, that would actually be an extra. So it's, I don't know. There's actually, God, there's this song called, there's this, what was it called again? Is it the Blue Hound group?
Oh, the
Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah.
The lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. There is that song.
Oh, yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, tears are the Yeah, see, we got some degenerates out there, So here in the chat.
Tears are the second best lube. Damn straight.
I'm one of them. I got the sex bots in Jad's stream. Those things are never going away either, Jad. I'm gonna double down on that.
Do we know who sends those? Who sends those? I've heard it's Derek.
It's just random bots. They're just random bots.
Yeah.
Derek's not smart enough for that.
And that would take away his time from going in and looking at porn and harassing people.
Oh my God! Don't. Oh, you did.
I know that guy's going to.
He's going to jail.
Yeah, I said he's going to be on the sex offenders list.
Sex offenders list, definitely.
He's going to be on the sex offenders list.
Although I don't think he's mentally competent to stand trial, so they're probably just going to find a nice little mental health facility.
No. He's mentally competent to stand trial.
Yeah.
Is Derek?
I've seen,
whatever his fucking name is.
He has to not know the nature and quality of his actions. He has to lack the mental capacity he has to, at the time, he would have to be incapable of knowing that what he was doing was wrong. So he has to be of either such low IQ or such low mental capacity that he would effectively have to maybe have the intelligence of a 4-year-old or maybe even a 5-year-old, something of that nature, which he certainly does not. Or he has to have been under he would have to have had some sort of psychotic break. In which he would have to prove that he was just checked out from reality. Well, he
can argue to the judge that he watches Darksydephil. That might do it.
You know the guy who masturbated in front of children, Your Honor?
Your Honor,
the guy the guy who begs for his bills and calls it a business.
Is Chris Chan competent to stand trial? I think so. But he knew that he knew what he was doing. He knew that he was having sex with his mother. But one of the issues is, was there consent? How far along was her dementia when it was occurring? It was probably, I don't know those questions, but assuming
her dementia was pretty far
along. Yeah. And I would say that more than likely a mother would end up saying in all but the 1 in 100 million chances out there that she would have never agreed to it. And also he already said that he wanted to be trans so that he could have sex in the lesbian way and put his dick in a lesbian's pussy.
Right. So, that's why I'm the kind of person, I'll respect somebody's pronouns because that's just how I am. But in the case of Chris, hell no. No. He lost that right to being.
No, he would. Chris Chan, I don't think was being trans in order to be trans. He was doing it to widen the dating pool or the opportunities to have sex.
Okay, you're a hot lesbian and you don't want to have sex with me because I'm a guy. Oh, hi, I'm a girl now.
Yeah, but that's but delusional, but not delusional to the point where he wouldn't know that that's the thing. It was sort of like, I want to trick people, or I want them, or they should just do it. It's sort of like, well, I've done the things, I've checked the boxes, so therefore, you should do it and it should happen, right? I think that's totally competent to stand trial. The whole Sonichu universe thing, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Roach Bait said something about being a genius if he was just acting through these last 14 years. What, you mean Phil? Roach Bait? And if you mean Phil, what acting in what? Which part of the
Well, Christian and Phil have been around about the same amount of time.
Yeah. Oh, has he? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and Kiwi Farms, what was it? There was a Slate article that said that Kiwi Farms was founded in order to harass and abuse an autistic trans woman, and it was Chris Chan, and it was like that's not a bad thing. It's Chris Chan, and you don't go saying it like that. Like it was started to be. Because it was the Chris Chan wiki, this Christian Weston Chandler wiki. It's what it started off as.
Right.
And it's like, don't try to portray it as if it was some nefarious thing. It's fucking Chris Chan. Okay? Right. Yeah. Schizophrenia is a disease. What he does is sickening, but he's also so... I don't know if he's necessarily schizophrenic.
He's not. He's actually autistic. He was diagnosed in elementary school, like my oldest was. So that is, I do believe. Everything else that ever's come out of that guy's mouth, I don't.
And actually, yeah, schizophrenics can, honestly, you can be schizophrenic and still be held mentally competent to stand trial. It is such a high bar to reach for avoiding to avoid legal liability. It's not something that you want to do lightly, because there are some people out there that would just say, well, I don't want to have to do time. Just say that I was insane and put me away. And then, I'll pretend I'm not insane, at that point, and then I'll be good. And then I'll be out in, a little bit of time or not do jail time at all. It's like, no, you can end up doing more time in a state hospital than you would have the original sentence. So if you're looking to say, I want to plead insanity to avoid a 10-year bank robbery sentence, you're fucking out of your mind. But not to that degree to where you should be able to plead insanity. You could end up spending the rest of your life under psychiatric commitment in some of the most horrific and darkest places on earth.
Phil is no act. Phil is an acting.
Phil's lying. Phil's a shyster. I believe that's the right word. Yeah.
No. Well, one, he's saying he's going around saying "bada boom," realest guy in the room. That's been part of his thing. You see my honest reactions. You see me out there, and I'm not some paid shill who's giving you fake reactions to try to trick you into doing this stuff.
I'm not playing a character like all those people who dye their hair and act like a clown. He's the biggest fucking clown there is.
Right. So this is him compartmentalizing, and this is him wanting to have his cake and eat it too. He's trying to say, I'm completely real and genuine since day one. But when you saw me acting clown mode and sucking at games, that was me playing a character. So,
and that was just a couple streams ago when he said that, and it was just like, oh, shut the fuck up.
He's been saying that for years.
He's been saying it for years, and he's fully capable of doing this and being fine with it. That's the thing where the narcissist will say whatever they have to say to fit their narrative and to try and get the best results.
Yeah.
And
oh my God.
They're hoping, but the thing is that they tend to apply this mostly with his girlfriend was Whitney Houston. So yeah, even though you might believe that your girlfriend is Whitney Houston, you could still be capable of. You can still be capable of knowingly committing heinous crimes. Yeah, and so, but he's fully capable of. But the thing is that when narcissists typically do it, they typically do it with close family members or people that they have some sort of power over, people who have to see them constantly, who live with them. And so that's when you can flex most of your power, because you can apply the pressure constantly. It doesn't work as well when you are going out and there are people who don't have some relationship with you, people who don't rely on you, and so you have to put up with it. People that you don't have to, who basically aren't forced into your bullshit, right? And a lot of people have done that through the years, in which they're all like, Phil, this doesn't make any sense. Or they've just left without saying anything. They're like, this is a bunch of bullcrap. But then you get people out there like Gorilla Pimp, and OIC is not necessarily... okay, Nikki said wanting to wear a skin like, you're a great big frat person. Or I don't know if he's necessarily like that. I think that OIC would probably want either fuck Phil or want to fuck Phil. But
he wants to be fucked by Phil, let's be honest.
Right now, OIC is sitting outside the gate. Guaranteed.
He's just waiting to be let in.
He's in the car, sitting outside the gate, trying to peek and see if he can see Phil through the window.
And maybe having like some little sex toy that shocks his genitals when he presses a button or something like that.
Oh my
something
god,
crazy like that.
That was not something I wanted for
hooked into the cigarette lighter or up to the car battery or something.
Why do you guys hate me?
I don't hate you.
No,
we're just speaking the truth of OIC. We're just speaking the truth of OIC.
So, but I think that he's one of those people that, I mean, he knows that Phil relies on him.
Yeah.
And
it's a power thing.
It's a power thing, and it gets him off by the fact that it makes Phil really uncomfortable, but Phil's taking the money anyway.
Yeah.
And it gets OIC hard.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like an exhibitionist who likes the fact that they're walking around naked and people are forced. They just have to look at me, people are just looking and they're like, oh my god, and it's just a rush and it's invigoration.
Consensual exhibition is kind of fun.
Well, this is one-sided.
Yeah.
This is the one side. These are the one. There are one-sided exhibitionists out there in which they like the shock. They like making people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
By doing what they're doing, and OIC likes. I think he likes the power, and he likes making Phil uncomfortable. Saying, "You take it, you take it, bitch. You do it. You're gonna take it, and you're gonna rely on me.
Take it without lube and."
Yeah, you're gonna like it, and it's sort of like there are guys who get into relationships with women in which they will be like, okay, you're not uncomfortable with this. Well, I don't care. No. You're going to do this. You are going to wear this. You are going to engage in these particular acts. You are going to do these types of things because I have the money and I have the power, and you're going to do it because I say so. And it's you just do it. That's just how they are.
Do you think that because OIC is a sociopath and Phil's a narcissist, do you think that Phil likes that where OIC can control him? Do you think that Phil, deep down mentally, enjoys it?
I was going to say, I think there might be a small part of him that does, because it removes responsibility from him. Like, if he just gives him money, that's on OIC, right? It's not Phil's fault.
Well, but the thing is, like, OIC being the sociopath that he is, and when we heard him on fucking proper stream, right away I had him pegged. I knew exactly where OIC.
You had him pegged?
You pegged him.
I don't think you have to do that.
No. That's not what I meant.
I think you already have the equipment installed.
Fuck.
Guys, you heard it here. Profit pegs OIC.
Clip it, chat. Clip it.
Proof.
But I knew exactly who OIC was, and I can't see Phil, being who Phil is, to be around OIC without there being some type of agreement, even if it was for the money, because Phil won't have control in that whatever relationship they have.
Oh no! Why are you hitting me?
OIC I think has latched onto Phil to where he has so much sunk costs in him that he won't move off of Phil. And Phil's in it for the money, and he just sort of ignores a lot of this stuff just for the money. And
but he doesn't have the control of OIC like he has of everybody else. Like,
but OIC, I don't think OIC would leave. But I don't think OIC necessarily will, because he likes the fact that Phil
he has that control. OIC has that control over Phil's community, basically. Right?
He has that. Phil needs him, but I think that OIC would be very hard pressed. But that's the main thing, is that OIC would be very, very hard pressed to leave. And in a way, Phil has his hooks so deep into Phil that Phil is dragging him along, and he can't unhook himself. So in a way, it's they have this codependency, right? And so neither one of them are necessarily completely happy all the way. But if Phil gets his money, and Phil has his little bitch out there who used to be Vidar Viking used to be his like ride or die guy until he sacrificed him to the farms, and now it's OIC. And well, actually, but OIC has sunk so much money into him and likes the fact that he's making him. Yeah, basically, he's making him that OIC is doing all this stuff for him, and it's like, oh yeah, I understand that he's a weird guy, but I get the money, so I'm just going to ignore it. Who cares? You know,
this guy.
No, we're LOSing.
Like Snow Carl has been an annoyance to Phil.
Yeah, Phil hates Snow Carl.
He's been banned.
Phil hates Snow Carl. Banned so many times, but he gives him a little bit of money, and that's the thing, is that he's consistent in the tips.
Yeah. Phil can guarantee that he'll get like $1.49 or $1.49 tip. Phil, he's willing to put up with the shit for like $10 a stream. Right? He gives Phil like $250 a month, supposedly, right? According to
something like that. And so if you look at it in the long term, it's like, is he willing to put up with the occasional bullshit? It's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, and Snow Carl is a bitch because he's come back and just said, a lot of the stuff that you're making doesn't make sense. You know, these things reveal things about you that I just can't, I can't tolerate anymore. And then he leaves, but then he ends up coming back. So it's
the guy's resin.
It's crawling back to an abusive lover, right?
Ouch.
Yeah, it's you just have people who have these mental issues. They tend to, collect around. They tend to form their own groups with each other. People who are maybe on the fringes of society, people who are just different they're not neurotypical. But it's not to the point where, like, sort of like in the high school, you would have the groups, you'd have all the little cliques, and even people who didn't fit into the little cliques had their own little cliques. The groups of the losers or whatever, and or the groups of these types of people, these groups of these types of people who would still have friend groups, right? And you could still do the same thing. You could still do the same thing with people who are socially awkward and who can get together with other socially awkward people, and have sort of these kinships or friendships or shared experiences. And you do have people who are in here who are obviously bullied and who had major problems when they were growing up, and they give money because trolls punch the air when Phil gets money, because Phil has said it plenty of times. It's like, oh, they come in here and they all text us, hey, Phil has a really low light, let's go in there and start making fun of Phil and start trolling him and crapping on his positivity that he brings to everybody, because Phil stops people from committing suicide, so let's go in there and make fun of Phil when he has low positivity and low support and can't pay his bills. But then all of a sudden I get my money and they're all like, what, Phil made a lot of money? No, we hate it when Phil makes money. And and then he just starts going into clown mode.
Right.
It's...
Yeah, but, it's been stated tons of times that we don't give a shit what Phil makes on stream. We just laugh at it, right? It's just like...
No, but he says it.
Oh, you guys gave it to him? Good for you.
Yeah, and so, but he puts out the narrative that him making money is a victory for them, and is a victory against people who these mouth drooling psychos who and mentally ill people who have nothing. They have nothing better to do in their lives. They don't have female wives to cook them delicious meals and to have romance with, who they can relax with at night.
Yeah,
and they don't have a cat. They don't have a family. And so they know nothing about nothing, and they just have to come in here and try to attack me.
Yay!
So
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he addressed the trolls.
Morons.
Yeah. All I have to go by is what you told me. Oh, okay, they're having a conversation here.
You guys, stop derailing the chat. This is about us, not you. Holy shit.
God.
Knock it off.
Yeah. And it's like,
how dare you?
if you want to talk about something, talk about Officer Sanders. Or you could talk about, the sequel to Officer Sanders when it's like, my sister's joining me and we're gonna stop these thieves, and so Kat and Jenna can double up.
Cat.
Yeah, there's you could do plus size and emaciated, have it be like a dichotomy. Well, they have different fathers, so
they're half sisters.
Not.
Yeah,
they're half sisters. They're half sisters, but still,
Roach Bait. Yeah, he does put winning conditions on adulting, which is really sad because it's like the stupidest things. It's not like, oh hey, matter of factly saying, oh hey, I went to the store today. It's like, I went to the store and oh my god, this happened to me, but I totally found the fucking cherry juice those motherfuckers hid from me, and I totally I totally won, and I swear to God, he said that, like he won against the evil stock boys who moved his fucking cherry juice to another fucking part of the goddamn same aisle, if I remember correctly.
It was on an end cap, and that's what when I worked for Best Buy at one point, and sometimes in order for you to, because some of these end caps, they're generally certain end caps are paid by the companies, okay, and you'll go and you'll for a certain time period contractually, for them to advertise their stuff, you would have to set up a particular end cap and it would have to be stocked. Sometimes you would have a full end cap that would display certain products, and the warehouse wouldn't send you the stuff to actually put onto the end cap. And so, but at that time, it looks like they were just displaying some fresh juices on a particular end cap, and they took some of the cherry juice and they just threw it out there, right? Maybe you're supposed to put a little bit, you're supposed to leave maybe a few, which looks like what they did, but sometimes you're not going to have enough to fully fill up the end cap, because if you only have one or two items in a slot on an end cap, it's just going to look ugly. You have to stock it properly,
right?
Because psychologically, they have industrial psychologists who study these things on what's the most pleasing, what could turn somebody off and to looking at a display, and you just have to fill it. You just have to fill the slots, and it's sort of like at the stores, especially during when they're having a lot of the stock, they're still having stocking issues. You'll find that, the Cherry Coke Zero is supposed to go here, but it's just filled up with Diet Coke. It's like, you got to fill the stock space with something.
Right.
Yeah.
And he he should know that, Mr. I got a business degree, which I think should cover that kind of shit.
I got to step away just for a second.
No, you're not allowed. Okay.
But that grocery store, they probably should have called Phil and told him what they were doing. Just saying.
Right?
He is the guy, right?
BMW should have called him and told him he needed his oil changed. Oh, by the way, you know what? I think tonight is the night I have finally become an official detractor, and I'm not really sure how to feel about this.
You feel good. You feel like you're doing God's work. That's what you
I'm doing the Lord's work.
You're doing the Lord's work right now. Everybody in chat's doing the Lord's work. We're doing the Lord's work. And that's how it works. And Phil's sitting here, he's complaining about his shitty lag and everything.
That's how you win. It's not by living a good life. It's by proving your detractors wrong and all those game devs wrong by developing. What is it? Rollback netcode? Yeah, that's it. Rollback netcode.
With the Cannon Brothers? That Phil accused of having little kids in their hotel room, and it's just like...
Oh my god.
But again, that's like what happened today, right? he accused the wrong guy of copyright striking, and then he slandered the guy like crazy. Because King Jad had spoken with the guy that did the intros, and the guys and Jad talked about it. He never content struck Phil. He didn't do any copyright strikes. And then, but Phil went on a slandering spree. Same thing he's done with the Cannon Brothers. Like even Jaha debunked it all. Jaha's like, no man, those guys are great. I've never seen anything like that. What the fuck are you talking about? Like if the Cannon Brothers wanted to turn around and sue Phil, but they would have to prove, like what Meth Bear and I spoke about. They would have to prove that it really affected their business, right? Like,
right.
That's what it's going to come down to.
But has it? I don't think it has, because I mean, obviously Evo is still doing really well, and
well, those guys were set even before. They were set before all.
Oh, right. They were rich before that. That's right.
But they wanted to create a tournament and a forum for people that enjoy fighting games. Unfortunately, Phil was part of that.
Yeah. Right.
And now Evo's better off without, even though they've sold it to Sony, it's better off without Phil.
And Phil got so salty when he learned Pokimane now has stock in Evo. She owns part of the whole Evo company. Called her slut. Oh no, that was iJusting. That was Pokimane. I can't remember. I know he said something slanderous. But iJusting was the one who got that really cushy
the job with EA. And Phil accused her of sleeping to get ahead or whatever.
And sucking their dicks and called her a slut. Oh my god. iJusting seems like the sweetest person. I only know her through what's her name? I can't remember her name. She's the one who does all the nerdy cooking and stuff. Panero is her last name. Rosie. Oh, you know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah,
the lady who does all, and I know her. I just think through her videos, and she always seems like the sweetest person.
Yeah.
And for Phil to call her that really made me angry.
But that's because that's Phil's jealousy, right? You have jealous Phil. Somebody's more successful than him, so he'll slander, he'll make up bullshit or whatever, and just talk down about them.
He slandered the Untitled Goose Guy too.
Yep.
Damn.
There's no big YouTuber that Phil hasn't slandered.
Who is the Untitled Goose Guy? Not controller and it grabbed. I didn't touch anything. Who is it?
Which guy? The Untitled Goose Guy? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. All I remember is DJ Runo, Because DJ Runo bought him the game, gave him $20 to buy the game. Phil didn't buy the game.
Oh, that,
And then
Runo
he accused DJ Runo
his money back.
Not that he demanded his money back. DJ Runo, somebody said that DJ Runo had made this post. It wasn't DJ Runo, it was somebody else. And then, oh shit.
Hi,
my porn bots are going nuts.
Sexbot. Can you give me a lap dance for free, please? You can send the bill to DSP Gaming. He said he would pay for my lap dances and drinks tonight. Thank you. Oh, why did you delete her? She was gonna give me a lap dance.
Because she should be making me money on somebody else's chat, not on mine.
You're her pimp.
Yep.
You're her.
Well, I'm a sex bot pimp. Like that's what I do. Thanks, whoever moderated that. I can't do it through OBS. This thing is broken. Jad is right.
Yeah, you have to do it through. Like, I don't think I can moderate Twitch through OBS either. I have to do it directly in the chat room.
Well, I used to be able to, but this new. I'm gonna go through this new OBS update here and fiddle with it tomorrow.
I have not fucked with OBS. I did a little bit of I did my very first game recording. So today, that was interesting.
God, I got lucky the stage killed him. The electricity of the stage came out and him from behind.
So,
That shit
but yeah,
sucks.
I'm not touching.
Dude, that shit
I
is
think
super
it actually automatically updated though,
Well,
but I hope
that
they
was
hot
insane.
fixed it like they
Single
said they
was
did.
a lucky win.
Well, I can see the ats now in chat, so that's great.
Oh.
Because that wasn't working when they did the update here a couple days ago.
Yeah, they broke a lot of everything.
Phil's running the Zangief again like an idiot.
Of course, this is the guy here who.
He's been complaining all night.
Oh, did you see his reaction to the multiverses people saying how they fixed the
Yeah.
hurt box issue? And he was like creaming himself over it. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. We're all so happy you've done it. It's like, dude, look, put your dick away. They're not going to suck it for you because you praise them.
He'll
Stop it.
tweet it. What he's going to do, he'll tweet at them about how great they are with the hitboxes and the hurt boxes. And it's just going to be like, yeah, thank you. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, but like,
when
the
the
next
Queen
Multiverses
thing-
night, he's going to go back. He's going to, oh yeah, when you try to go viral with the Queen.
Nice combo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Next time he plays Multiverse, they're going to go... The devs are going to go back to being his public enemy number one.
Yeah, the game's rollback netcode sucks and blah, blah, blah. He'll just go off the hook.
Trying to think. Oh, like I said earlier, he does this with accessibility advocates too. The big one currently being Steven Saylor, who's a really nice guy. I know him on Twitch. He's a really awesome person. And he will suck up to Steven and make it seem like he's an accessibility ally, just like he's an LGBTQ plus ally and
the only reason he's doing the accessibility thing right now is because Super Blind Man and Rob on Wheels left over him getting into that fight with Super Blind Man on Twitch. And then Rob on Wheels stood up for Super Blind Man and basically told Phil to go fuck himself.
Now, I know this question has been posed by others, but is Super Blind Man really going to stay gone? I believe Rob on Wheels is gone, but somebody said that Super Blind Man probably will be back.
Well, Phil's been kissing his ass real hard with the accessibility options that he did for Last of Us Part 2, which are now in Last of Us Part 1. And that's where the whole argument began, because Phil was all fucked up over the accessibility options. But do I think they're both gone, Rob on Wheels and Super Blind Man? They'll be back. In my honest opinion, they will be back. I can't see... What'll happen is Super Blind Man and Phil will make up, and then Rob will come back too. That's what I feel will happen. But I could be wrong.
Seemingly odd, yeah. Phil's pretty much the only one playing the game, he said. Nobody wants to play it. He whines about it all the time. I think people are playing in private lobbies and just ignoring him because they know who he is and they don't want to deal with his crap.
In all honesty, I think the Capcom Fighting Collection was dead on arrival.
Right, because the 30th anniversary had already been out by this point for what, 4 years? 4 years, right?
Which?
The 30th anniversary edition that he's been playing for the last 4 years.
That's like 2017 when it came out, I want to say.
So 5 by this point?
4 or 5 years, yeah.
So yeah, nobody, I mean, granted, Darkstalkers and, that gem game, of course he loves that because it reminds him of WWEC.
Yeah.
But, I mean, everybody's seeing Alpha Strike and, or what is it? Street Fighter Alpha? That's it. And, everybody's seen him play those games for the last 5 years. Why is anybody gonna... Nobody wants to play that game for... And nobody wants to watch that game either.
He was talking about Fightcade this morning, right? And during the stream, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to play it. Everybody cheats and everything, and his computer is going to use 80%." I'll have a video up this weekend that I'm going to run on a really old fucking computer, and I'm going to show how easy Fightcade runs. But, he won't play Fightcade because there's just too many pros. and he'll just get his ass handed to him every single fucking fight. Like, it won't even be funny. But even with Fightcade, you can't have lobbies unless you support the Patreon. That's the only way you can access lobbies.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just stuck in chat. Imagine if DSP showed up in chat on Fightcade. Can you imagine the fucking shit show that would go down in chat?
Well,
like,
you
as
know
soon as they
why
saw
that would
Darksydephil in there, oh my
Yep,
god.
that's what I was going to say. He won't do the smart thing and change his name or anything like, use a different name. That's why he got trolled in WoW. Well, I think he would have been trolled on WoW no matter what, because...
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, actually, I think he could get around it if he does character creation and server selection and all that off stream, and then logs in, he might be able to escape it somewhat. Maybe.
It makes zero sense at all, actually.
No, Ramen, that's true. Yeah. Like, that's why he sticks to these games. Like, what's he gonna do? Okay, let's say he dumps Capcom Fighting Collection after tonight. So what's he gonna do? He said he might do multiverses, or he'll go play Third Impact or Third Strike on PlayStation Now, right? Those are gonna be his options. Now, do I want to see him play multiverses every week? Not really. Because he just button mashes. He just button mashes like crazy, right? In multiverses. And like, and then he'll go to PlayStation Now, and then he'll just complain about the lag because of the streaming, and that's his internet. That's how his internet works with that fucking streaming service.
Well, but he won't do anything to improve it.
No, he'll beg for a new computer, and when he eventually gets it, it's just a matter of time before he gets his new computer. I couldn't do anything. But he still won't go and play. He won't go and play Fightcade. He still won't do it.
I honestly think I have, we're talking about film computers. He's saying he needs a 3080 and he needs all this and all that. Now, granted, I haven't tested streaming and recording at the same time, so I don't know what my CPU usage would be with that. But I have, let me see, I have i5 CPU, a 1650 graphics card, and I could do so much with those, that hardware. I got 16 gigs of RAM. He doesn't need the 32. Oh my god, did you know somebody's convinced him to get 32 gigs of RAM?
Yeah, but...
Or not, no, it was 64 gigs. It was 64 gigs. He was like, oh, you think I need 64 gigs? All right. It's like, yeah. At least RAM is cheap anymore, so if he did that, it wouldn't be, like, wickedly stupid expensive.
Yeah, but I did the videos debunking it of what he actually needed.
Yeah.
And even on my last video where he was complaining about, again, like, his camera was going to be, like, his computer was going to overheat, and it was going to warn him that it was going to blue screen, which, again, it doesn't. And I proved that the other night, that enabling the webcam in software mode doesn't affect CPU. Because his webcam supports hardware encoding. And it's just like, you just have it set up wrong. But again, he wants something new now. He's got to have that new toy. And like, you look at us detractors that have our own streams. We have streams that just dwarf Phil's in comparison. Like, we stream in 4K, we do our videos in 4K, we stream in 1080p 60. We are playing games and streaming Phil at the same time while having a webcam on or something else going on. And Phil can't do that.
Where are you?
I'm just running circles around. I'm on the green phone.
This fucking queue. Oh, yikes.
These time walking queues are fucking long.
Well, I think it's because we're grouped up. That always seems to have an effect for some reason.
If I was queued as tank, it'd be really fast.
Yeah. Tank and heal. Oh, there you are.
Nope. Counter hit it.
But, like, he could be using that iPhone for his webcam, but he doesn't want to because he can't do his WWE polls while he's streaming.
I can't imagine. I mean, I know iPhones are great, but he has an i6. Is that even good enough? I mean, like I said, I got an i6 in 2016. The cameras are still good enough?
Oh yeah, the camera on those things is wicked. Like it'd be perfectly fine for him. But like again, like he's paying, according to the bank leaks, he's paying what, like he's almost paying like $200 a month for an iPhone 6.
Yep.
Like I pay $25 a month, and I get unlimited talk and text and unlimited data. And it's just like you can, and he can get his phone on Comcast as well. He can bundle that with his fucking business internet, and it'll cut back his cost.
Oh, hey, she's back.
Roachbait, can you hit that again for me, please?
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought you did that. I was about to chew your ass out for dumping the queue.
No, I
and
can't do it through, and I don't have my tablet's dead here.
Are you playing on tablet?
Nope.
Oh.
I usually have a tablet next to me when I do. Yeah. If one of the mods can
mod
hit
me
it.
and I'll do it. Oh, somebody already beat me to it.
Oh, here, I'm actually gonna mod you.
No! Okay, fine. I'm already a mod on 2 other channels. Make it a 3rd. Get the whole trifecta.
Yoink! Oh, what? It was wide open. Wide open.
Yeah, I should probably block them too, Elaine. It's just, but I just like making fun of them. Thankfully, that's something Twitch is good about. I mean, you get view bots and you get stuff like that, but we don't really get like we don't get sex bots on Twitch, at least.
Get me out of there.
Not that I'm aware of, at least. You just get hate raids and...
Thanks, Roachbait.
Oh my god, he got
deleted my girlfriend.
He got faked out. And I win.
Oh, Phil faked him out. Like...
Yes, this game is odd. I completely agree with you.
You know what? Compared to all the fighting games, Puzzle Fighter is so lowbrow. It's just a...
It wasn't popular back then, and it's not popular and it's not popular now.
So guys,
like I don't understand.
I mean, it looks like it'd be fun to play one player casually off stream once in a while, but it's like the lowest common denominator of the Street Fighter franchise.
Yeah.
It'd be great to have the poll and have it at least for a little bit, you know, before I have to like rush it last minute. So thank you everyone, though. You've been a great audience and a great support.
Oh, I don't want to get an echo, but I really want to hear him.
What is he? Is he calling it quits already?
Is he?
I don't know. He was telling everybody, "Oh, it's a great audience, and thank you for stopping by." Like, what the fuck? He's doing a hat bag because he's low on tips. He's only at $77.
Wow.
You know, so many people would be so. Oh God, I hate this one. So appreciative of fucking $70. A lot of people can. I know it's Phil we're talking about.
If I ever reach 1,000 subscribers, I don't think I'm gonna monetize like ads and everything. Like I'll have super chats, but that's it. But I'm not gonna push it. Like if people want, people can.
That's what I went for.
Like it's.
I went for that and he gave me the wrong move.
For me, like I have a full-time job outside of this, so to me, this is just all fun.
In my murder base,
Unlike Phil, who. What?
You put lotion on the skin, roach bait. He's talking about murder basements. Do you have a white van that says free candy? Sorry, free puppies.
That's what Phil should put on the side of the Toyota.
Free candy.
Okay, I'm back.
Wow,
okay?
I thought you forgot it.
Huh? Oh yeah, Prophet. Yeah, I just had to take a phone call, just, you know, annoying shit. So, you know what I showed you last week, Prophet? Yeah, annoying. Yeah. So, but it's hopefully smoothed over. So, it's okay.
I think we finally have a sane tank. Holy shit.
Hypothetical and seeing we don't have a basement, murder basement.
Another way you guys can help out is by
I want a murder basement. We don't
Phil would
have
be the murder
basements.
garage.
Oh no. Oh, I didn't do it this time.
We're good.
Oh,
Phil
no,
would be the
this
murder
is easy.
garage. Phil would be the murder garage. That's. 'cause he
I
doesn't
ended
have
up
a
actually meeting a woman who very highly intelligent, had actually started college when she was 16.
Wow.
And
I'm getting hung up on these fucking mushrooms.
I know, so am I. I moved off to the side.
She was, well, when she showed the plans for her room that she wanted to have in a house with the electronic lock, that the, you know, and things of that nature, and you know, just the general setup and all the instruments that she wanted to have in there. And I was looking at it like, wow, really? And when words came up like breeding kink, which is just like, holy crap, it's like you want me to do, you say what? It's like, oh, wait,
dominatrix, like.
No, well, sort of. She was, what did she call herself, a brat, in which it's sort of like she was.
Oh, a brat's a sub, yeah.
A sub brat, in which she would fight me and crap and stuff like that, and because she was annoying me on a. We were just going out on we were just out on a date, and she was kind of annoying me about something that I had just said was, you know, a bit of a sensitive topic, and she just was like pushing the buttons. And then I just said, okay,
yeah.
you can either just, you know, knock it off right now, or I could just leave you here and you can find your own fucking way home. And normally I'm not like that. And I just had it, and she's like, really?
Oh,
you mean that? And she's like, really? Do you mean that? And I'm like, yeah.
Brats
Why are you Wait, are you getting off on that?
It's humiliation. Yeah, hell yeah. You're telling her off, you know. Ooh, baby, that's a turn on for a lot of people.
Yeah, for her. And then I'm like, okay. And she's like, and then she was just explaining everything to me. And then I'm like, that could be okay. That could be interesting. And I'm like, because I don't have anything weird like that, none of that. But I'm like, I can go ahead and do certain things, you know, if that'll make you happy or anything like that. No blood, no scat, no weird things, and no tying me up or anything like that.
No, I think I accidentally aggroed the boss. Oh yeah.
But
sorry.
Knowing the type, she loved it. Yeah. I mean, I literally, like I said, I'm normally, you know, just courteous, polite. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, you need to worship the ground every woman walks on, because it's like, no, we're not in that day and age anymore. When, you know, we're just not in that day and age. It's not like that. Don't put them up on a pedestal. That's just, I can't do that anymore. It's it's done.
Good.
It's not good, and it's not served me. It's not served you well at all. Your boys are lied to when they're younger. When you know, when basically you could have a girl who could agree to go out with you, and then they just are very weird about it, and then it's like, oh, hey, completely improbable emergency came up, and it's like, well, because there was somebody else that they were probably wanting to go out with was unavailable, and then something came up, and so they dropped your ass or something. It's like,
the hell?
Fuck you, you know?
What the? I guess.
And then eventually you just have to say, fuck it. I'm not, you know, it's like, you're gonna work around me, because one, it's like, I have a job that requires a lot of my attention, and yes, I make a lot of money, and I have a lot of people who are coming around saying, oh, hey baby, we just met, but can you buy me Chanel? I'm like, fuck you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting money on that. I'm not, you're gonna have to basically show that you're genuine before you even get anywhere close to that, before you should even think about asking about that.
If that's the first question they bring up, it's like, how much do you make? Walk out.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things. Hold on. Well, that's important. The thing is, it's important for a lot of women, because they're looking for provision. They're looking to say, you know, are you a bum? Because I've known women who are out here in California who are like, I would just be happy if a guy has a car and a job, and it doesn't matter what car, it doesn't matter what job, a job, something, right? And that's how low the standards can be, right?
I'd just be happy with a pizza once in a while. I'm
Yeah.
I'm easy like that.
You know what? Yeah, you could just be happy with yourself and the pizza, and it's like because the pizza doesn't hate you. The pizza isn't looking for anything. It only gives.
No, I think I'm lactose intolerant.
If you're lactose intolerant,
the pizza hates me.
Well, that's your body. That's your body turning against yourself. That's your body turning against yourself. So,
no.
But yeah, this but she started showing me. She's like, this girl. She was like talking about, it's like, okay, well then, I want to have this happen, and that, you need to make me do things, and it's sort of like, and I was like, okay, maybe, but then when she showed like the plans for, this room, I'm like, this sounds exhausting. Just trying to like constantly do this, and then like what happens when you get kids involved, trying to how do you maintain it stealthily and like with them, and it's sort of like, did you drink water today? Well, I drank bean water, which means coffee. It's like, no, you need to drink actual water, and like pour a glass and say, would you drink your water, and bullshit like that. And it's like,
oh wow,
God.
I've had people in my life who were online doms who were like that. This one guy, a friend of mine sent me a care package from Okinawa because he was in the Marines and stationed down there, and he bought me this big, huge care package of like Pocky and stuff. And I told this guy who was kind of like my online dom about it. He's like, well, you're only going to be allowed to eat one a day. He didn't mean one little packet of Pocky. He meant one fucking Pocky at a time, one a day. I'm like, okay, no, you know what? This is not how we do things. And then I ate them all, I think.
Oh,
hypothetical question. Hypothetical question here.
What?
Liana left Phil during the adpocalypse. So Phil had lost his monetization, right, on YouTube. And the adpocalypse hit. Do you think money was a factor in her leaving?
I think that it was. I don't think so. Well, actually, partially, her money being a factor was a reason for her actually going out and getting a regular job out there, where she was exposed to people telling her this isn't normal, this isn't right. People probably even telling her you're being used. And then I think that the breaking point was the panic attack, in which he went out and
Yeah, but again,
he did the emergency stream.
So were they? Because the lore is they were already broken up at the time.
I don't believe that. I think
they were still together. Yeah. I think they were still together because why would they call? I think what it's theorized is her workplace, her coworkers did not know they were, whether or not they were still together, and
I think that they probably knew. I think that they were still together. I think that they were still a couple. It was still out there. They had
Shit.
Oh, wow.
Can you hit that again, please?
It was not long after he had fake proposed to her, and because of what happened on the stream.
That is so scuzzy.
And he did it to shut her up, basically.
Ow.
And I think that they were still together, and because he was saying, "Oh, my girlfriend," and he was still acting like his priorities were fucked. All right, when he was talking about, "Oh, I have to go get the car and I have to do this and I have to do that," and it's like you could have Ubered twice, but he didn't want to Uber twice. He didn't want to pay a taxi twice. He only wanted to do it once, and so I think they were still together. His whole thing about them being broken up was something to save face. And just to show her as being the villain, they were definitely together.
He was white knighting it, is what he was.
Yeah, and he's like, I didn't have to, but I was such a good guy, and she was so manipulative, and there were several adpocalypses actually. There was like the huge one, but there was a number of times when they reworked how money was paid out and how ads were, or how the algorithm paid you. So there was a point in which his spamming tactics were the best thing, and then they started favoring longer videos, and then they went back to the spammy videos were better, and so they did shift things around a bit and over the years. But yeah, his whole retconning I think was complete bullshit. I think that she saw the emergency video in which he's like, you should have just given her a pill and left her, and said, this is the type of guy that I'm with.
Yeah.
That I'm not allowed to go to the hospital if I have a panic attack.
Well, he was playing a character. Remember, he was just playing a character.
Right?
I know. Well, that was pure Phil. That was
100% Phil. That was
right.
Yeah. Malevolence.
If he was playing a character, he was playing the villain in his own movie.
Yeah. Yeah, they were dragging. I mean, there was one thing there. She was unhappy. He wanted her to shut the fuck up and just keep on keeping her head down, keep going on as they were, just to not rock the boat. Didn't care. Didn't see a problem. Your job is to make the delicious meals and to do the laundry and support me while I sit here with with my positivity. Which honestly, I believe that he thinks that he has to believe in his own BS. It's not like one of those things in which he knows that he's quote unquote lying about everything, or that he knows he's not positive. He wouldn't be able to. He has to be always the winner or the person who's trying to do good, but he's being victimized, and so he looks for ways to. It's sort of like the Amazon driver stole. It's like, I got this, and so I'm going to steal this thing from Phil, or everybody's out there plotting against Phil, and he has to. He might think, could it be me? And I think I mentioned this on I mentioned this on the phoning it in. There might be instances in which he may have thought, maybe it's me, maybe it's some of the way that I act or the way that I talk to people, and then with a narcissist, they'll literally be a breeze or some click in their head, and will get, no, wait, it can't be me, because I'm perfect. I'm positive, I'm fun, I'm not necessarily perfect, but it's some of them will think that they're perfect, but they'll think that I'm doing the best that I can, and there's nothing that I've done out there that's been negative or been intentional. I never so he could go out there and be saying the last Nazi going and killing all the space Jews and everything.
Oh my God.
I didn't intend to offend anybody by saying that, so therefore you shouldn't be offended, and if you are, you're wrong, and that's that.
Yeah,
so
if you're offended, you're the racist, not me.
Well, yeah, if you're offended, then it's not necessarily that you're racist, it's that you're taking him out of context, or something was out of. He really doesn't use the term necessarily out of. He didn't use the term out of character. I searched that on Pig Go, because he seems to conflate out of context and out of character, and. So, in which he was just like, I went like with that Pokemon, was it the Platinum? When he said the people are being fucking lazy. That was a part of a Pokemon playthrough in which people were coming out, and I'm here having fun, and people are just fucking lazy, man. And people jumped on him for it, and he just said that was being out of context. In which he says, but did I mean this? No, sir, I did not think that. I didn't. Do I actually believe that? No, but I get all these motherfuckers who jump on me, and they attack me, and they're online, and they clip this little thing, and they're saying this is how Phil is all the time, and this out of context, blah blah blah. And normally you would say that it would be out of character. Right, not out of context, because nothing what was said was out of context. People were just playing the raw footage.
Right.
And I've mentioned before was when he says out of context, he says, if you look at everything that I've done in my entire career, maybe a few times I would have said, people are fucking lazy, or I hate my fans.
I need to AFK real fast. I'll be right back.
Yeah, or some of these things. So therefore, if you count up all the hours of stuff out there that I have as public, it doesn't involve me saying people are fucking lazy. So it's 0.00000 something % of the time. So therefore, it's out of context in the grand scheme of things, and it shouldn't be pointed at. It shouldn't be. Nobody should be bringing this up as saying, Phil's an asshole for saying this, because I don't say it all the time. It's not a constant thing. But normally that would be something you would say it's out of character because I've had something going on, and because of grief or because of medical issues or because of some extreme stress in your life, it would be something that you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And maybe you snapped at somebody, in which you're somebody who could be rather stoic or unflappable, but under certain conditions maybe you could, right? And so that was out of character because of these specific extraordinary reasons. And for him, he really didn't say that. It's more like it's just out of context. Because it isn't out of character for him. He knows that he really can't use that because it's completely in character for him to insult people, and for him to not care about people, and for him to basically just in his mind to diminish people and just say you're only here to serve a function, and if you don't serve a function, then you're useless. Just like everything with it's also bad logic. 90% of Hitler's life, he didn't do anything. Well, in effect, yeah. And you could even say for serial killers, for the majority of their life, many of them didn't do anything wrong or do anything that was necessarily bad or illegal. I wasn't murdering people. I only murdered 4 or 5 people, and I wasn't doing that for most of my life. It was only within these few months or these few years or this past 2 years or something. So it's out of context. I'm not a bad guy. Right, so completely in context. No one has ever seen all of. Yeah, really, yeah. But the way he's spinning it is that he's fun and positive and fun conversation, and he cuts it off because he knows that it's bullshit. That part about the fun conversation, he knows that it doesn't happen, and he spins it that way. He's talking about us spinning things. It's like, no, he spins everything as I'm always doing things that people love, which is the default, and people trick the majority of the population because the majority of the population are gullible and stupid, and so they believe the memes and they believe the haters and the detractors. And if they just came to me and they just saw wow, Phil is really fun, positive, entertaining, going, hey, it's like, what?
Yeah, it's like
what are you talking about? You shut the fuck up. Yeah. Shut the fuck up in the chat. What are you talking about? It's like, oh, people weren't talking about that. They're talking about, okay, you can get yourself a ban. Okay, fuck you, suck my turds. Just stick your tongue way up tongue way up in my tongue and just dig those turds right out and suck them down your throat.
Jesus,
and just chew on them.
That's Phil. That's Phil.
I know it's Phil, but it's bad enough that it comes out of Phil's mouth. Why doesn't Meth have to say it too?
Like today though, like when he insulted that guy and his son. It was just like, holy shit, why the fuck would you say that, Phil? The guy's like, I don't want my son to end up like you. And then Phil, just ripped into the guy right in the middle of the stream and banned him. And I was just like, Heather and I were talking about this, and we were just like, holy shit.
Wow.
He was defending himself. So if somebody comes onto his stream and derails his stream, then he can just say, no, you're a piece of shit. You're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck your mother. Fuck you. You have a miserable life. You have a miserable life. You have no meaning in your life, and you're nothing but a stupid kid who knows nothing. And here you are. I'm an adult. I'm a responsible businessman, and I'm trying to run my stream in order to make a living. And you can't fucking comprehend any of that, of having any responsibility, because because you're either rich and have no problems, you have money, or you don't need money because people pay for everything for you. And so those are the two options. Either you're a sheltered trust fund kid or you're a sheltered teen who has no responsibilities. And so it's compared to him that those are the only options.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's how he rolls. And but he can't say out of character because in context he's just a vicious little gremlin wallowing in his pony jar, and at least he has plenty of protein that he can suck up around him. That's just what he is. He's just eating whatever's in there in the little jar that he's all snug in. And he just, OIC will come by and just top it up every once in a while, put it back over by the radiator.
Now, the thing that bothers me about Phil is it's not just that he's talking down to people who might be children. he's talked that way to his peers, people who are his age, and that is just
he's a child.
gross.
But that's the thing, is he's age, but he's still a child in his head. He's, well, not necessarily a child, he's a late teen. I would say he probably stopped growing in his late teens, because that's just his mentality, because he goes for, he latches onto a simulacrum of adult life and adult responsibilities. And by the fact that Steve of the Dead is, I have bills, I have a wife, therefore I'm an adult, because it's I check the boxes, therefore I am this. And it's like, well, no, it's you. It's sort of like when you're applying for a job and they have certain minimums that they want. They always want more than what they're advertising, right? It's like, yeah, that's the bare minimum, but we want a little bit. We prefer to have more experience. But some of them are just completely delusional, in which they'll say, what was it? There was a they'll say that we want somebody, an entry-level position, but you need to have 10 years experience and a master's degree.
Right, for a so-called entry-level job.
For an entry-level job, right. Let me see, what was it?
You can do that if you want. I'm not wasting my time.
What was this one? Let me see. I think that there was this one. There's this one. I think it was a tweet or some posting where there was a guy who was they're wanting a certain amount of time in a particular programming language, and they were saying that they wanted something like 4 years of time of experience in a programming language, and they said, well, that's impossible, you can't have that. And so I guess they had written back and said, well, then you wouldn't qualify for the position. It's like, well, no, I developed the language and I was only released 18 months ago. You can't have that much experience in it. It didn't exist back then.
Jeez.
So they were literally they were saying that we want to have it wasn't Python.
It's Java?
Yeah, 10 years experience in a programming language made 5 years ago. Yeah, basically that's what they're that's what they'd be looking for. But it's sometimes they do have that, but he thinks that I've checked the minimum boxes and therefore I've done that. But what he does is that he has to, anybody who comes along and threatens him, you have to protect the bubble, you have to protect the cult, the aura that he has out there. And so if anybody attacks it, it's, you don't know what you're talking about, you're an enemy, I have to cut your head off. And so therefore you're a kid, you're a child, and children are stupid. But he recognizes that he has a number of young people who may end up following him, right? No, maybe that was more true in the past, but I think that he has more adults following him these days, wouldn't you think? Because for the money?
Because he doesn't. All those videos are getting now age restrictions put on them, right? So he is actually, like, when you create your YouTube video, like when you create your live stream, you have an option to choose not meant for kids or meant for kids. Oh. He's purposely choosing meant for kids.
Right, but a lot of people who do end up following him aren't necessarily
they're not
kids.
Necessarily kids. No. Yeah.
You're right. Maybe they were at one point. Maybe when he was on, especially when he was on Twitch, I would say that, God, when some of his live streams wasn't he getting like a couple thousand people on some of his live streams back then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you could just you could just hear him or see him rocking back and forth, just waiting for it to get to a certain number. I think that he wouldn't even start the stream until he got maybe at least 500 at some points. And you know, there was a point where you could, with some of his overlays, you could just sort of see at the bottom of the screen it didn't fit. You know, it didn't fill up the entire screen, and you know, or it was one of the layers was translucent, and so you could see him rocking back and forth, just talking or just sitting and waiting. God, that one body rocking video, that one I think Supercut ended up flagging that channel. I don't think that one is up anymore. Oh, they're back.
Who's back?
Oh,
hey, my girlfriend.
Bad tonight, holy shit. Maybe maybe Jad is fucking trolling. Maybe he's sending his sex bots over here tonight.
Oh my god.
Well, wouldn't he be actually? Wait, what time is it over in the UK right now?
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's 5 a.m.
No, I bet you, Chad. I bet you he is. He's sitting there, he's laughing. He's like, "Get me all the time. I'm gonna get you."
He woke up early just to fuck with us.
Yeah, he's probably over there ringing in bagpipe right now. So.
If there's any mods in there that can grab that, please, because I do not have access to my tablet today.
Oh wait.
Oh, can we get them? Are we doing heroic? No, we're not doing heroics. Fuck. I want the mount out of this one.
It still drops. There's still a chance to drop.
I thought it only dropped in heroic.
No, they changed it.
That's right, I'm a mod. I could actually.
Cool.
Shit, that's right, I'm a mod. I could do that. I forgot. Goddamn. Actually, this is the only channel that I'm modded on.
Thanks, Methbear. Appreciate it.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Just saw that. Wait, oh, they're popping in again, right below a lane.
What the fuck?
I don't see him behind.
It was one. It was one. That's down there.
I'm gonna have to contact my YouTube partner manager and get that fixed, right?
Get your rep on it, shit. And
that was so full of shit. Everybody that's partnered is like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Now, that was the case on Twitch for a while, but they eventually killed that part of the partner program. But yeah, it doesn't seem like anything that would benefit anybody on YouTube, to be honest.
Well,
I mean, it probably would, but, you know, it's YouTube. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, Google that they just wouldn't see it as being beneficial, something that they'd want to do. But, well, I'm sure with Twitch, Moist Critical, I'm sure has somebody. Pokimane probably has an army.
Yeah, the huge guys. Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to get individualized attention. And actually, there was God, who was it? There was a streamer who was on YouTube who was really big, who I guess she was having an issue on a weekend, and people came in because she was so significant that they actually came in. And they were working with her to solve her problem on a weekend, and normally YouTube wouldn't do that, but she was. Wait, was it
Who was the streamer that had the big forehead? And she got into that fight. The guy was like using mathematical equations to measure her forehead.
Oh my god, I wish.
Oh, that is so awful.
She had a partner manager. Supposedly, she had to get the partner manager involved, but she was really mean.
That is so.
Like she was mean to her viewers, and she would restream. She would restream anime videos, and she got in trouble for it.
She would restream what videos?
Like anime.
Oh, was that Pokimane?
No, it wasn't Pokimane. This is before Pokimane.
Oh, cause oh wait, she might have gotten in trouble for that on Twitch. Now that I think about it,
I can't remember who it was. No, it wasn't Bad Bunny. No. Oh man. I was just watching.
We're sitting out here watching this shit like, oh my god, this is... I think the pandas are healer too. Oh no.
Yeah,
oh no, die. This is the worst. Oh no. Well, that's what the fucker gets for
Susie
running
something,
in.
yeah. BST's got it. It was Susie something. Susie...
Amaranth?
No, it's not Amaranth, no.
Oh.
Oh, I can't remember. And she had to get, like... She had a partner manager, yes. And it was hilarious because the guy was using mathematical equations to measure how wide her forehead was. and her boyfriend was like a really huge creep. He would show up on stream and just be like ultra creepy.
You actually get in here, dude. Prophet.
Yeah,
was it Susie? Was it Susie Lou?
Maybe Susie Lou.
I don't condone like bad trolling. I condone like trolling, trolling between friends or something, But honestly, that's funny.
But she was
math.
She was scamming somebody, or she was scamming her audience or something. And
did we pull the fucking? Oh, who is this? Is our tank a fucking demon hunter? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a demon hunter.
Well, there was this one. There was this one streamer who was scamming this guy that Boobles XD. I think Gundam was ended up getting a hold of her, but yeah, she was totally had her hooks in a guy who was giving her a lot of money, and she was dragging him along, and he ended up selling his personal vehicle because she was saying she needed money. And she was going to be getting. She's like, I'm not making. Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. So
Jesus fucking kill this asshole.
We're good.
Yeah, that right there. And then she's like, fine, I'll move out to California to be with you, but I guess he was down in San Diego, and she's like, I want you to pay for an apartment in Los Angeles, and I want, what was it? I think it was a boob job. And some other things, and you're gonna pay my bills and whatnot. I was like, wait a minute, you mean you won't be? You're saying that you need me and you love me, but you won't be living down here in San Diego? It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be living down there with you. I wanna because I guess it would interfere with her streaming or something. So I'll live in. I need to live in LA.
Right, because when you're that popular for being a girl streamer, it's like. If there's so much as a hint of a guy living with you, even if it's platonic, that's like career suicide.
Well, no, but she wasn't. I don't think she was really being serious about it. She was hoping that he would say yes and just be her little simp and completely destroy any semblance of masculinity or humanity that he had in himself. And so
I hate this.
She was really probably gambling on that. He would just say, well, okay, at least you'll be in California. Maybe I could see you once a week because you love me and you need me. It's like, if a girl really wants you, she will literally jump out a fucking window and come running. A woman, if she really is into you, will drive 2 hours. She has to be at work at, be up for work at 6 a.m.
Right.
She will drive an hour to come and suck your unwashed dick, and she will do that. You can't get the fucking rid of her, and she'll be annoying as hell, and she will literally fight people for you. She will shit on people if she's really into you. She will abandon her friends.
Know about this fight.
I had a girl who left her brother's birthday party early because, because we had to reschedule once, and it was like, that's not a good look. And so she ended up leaving her brother's birthday party early to come out on a date and everything. So she was okay. She didn't work out, but still.
But Pokemon did it too, right?
They'll do that. No. Oh yeah, Fetty.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she was playing. She was using him as an emotional tampon. She was doing the whole thing in which she would go out and she would fuck around with other guys, and she would effectively simp for guys, and then she would crawl back to him when she needed that emotional support and that validation.
Yeah.
Simping.
So she would submit herself to guys that she would be like, yes, daddy, and just do whatever. And that's something that that's something that can be nice sometimes. It just depends on the situation. But she would go ahead and simp herself to other guys and then just crawl back to him when she needed an emotional tampon and validation. And basically it's you be the boyfriend, but you don't get any of the sex. So, which is fuck that, you know. Prophet, did you tell Meth Bear that DSP discovered? Oh yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah,
oh, Alfred Aponte, hey, how's it going? Say, big up. Sorry, I was on a different screen. I didn't see the chat there.
Can I not die? I've only not gotten through one fucking instance without dying. One.
We're good.
And we've
We're
done
good.
what? 4? No,
Yeah.
I'm just tired of dying. I spent 14 fucking gold on repairs already. Not a lot, I know, but it's still annoying.
Oh wait, which one is this? This isn't
Magistrate's Terrace.
Okay. All right, MT.
Or
right.
Magister's.
Magister's
whatever.
Terrace, MT, yeah.
And I've been jonesing for the fucking Swift Strider mount that Caltheus. What in the actual? Oh, I forgot I have a self heal. Shit, it's been a long time since I played my rogue.
Yeah, was I doing? What was I doing at this time? I think was I still a feral tank at this time when I was doing Wrath?
I love how Jad went back in time though today and found the videos where Phil was just talking down about fucking YouTube shorts.
Oh no, he talks shit on Minecraft. He talked until he finds out that I can maybe make money at it.
Money off of it, yeah.
Make money off of it, and he talks shit about Twitch. He talks shit about Twitch when he's on YouTube and talks about YouTube. He always has to trash whatever is the other, whatever is on the outside, whatever is not. Well, that's the thing, is that anything that doesn't directly make money for him is useless. It's trash. It shouldn't exist. There's no reason for it. No, it's not necessarily a detractor. It's just that if it doesn't directly... Well, I know, but it's sort of like when he was talking about the other type of account. I'm brain fart. What was the other account that he was just shitting on?
Which oh fuck. What was it?
He shits on all of.
No, it's not. You have a private account, and then you have like
branded.
The brand account. The branded account. He says, why would anybody want a branded account? Because with a branded account, is useless. Yeah, a branded account is useless and has no purpose, and nobody knows what it's for. Nobody knows what it's for. You can just search what's a YouTube brand account, and it pops up. So because you can't accept gifted memberships on it, it's useless and serves no purpose. And that's just how he sees things. And it's like, I don't want to do that, because if it doesn't make me money, then it serves no purpose, and it doesn't, and nobody should think about it.
Oh my god, who's doing this? Oh well, I'm getting a lot of experience. Sorry, didn't mean to. Yeah, it's crap. And he was wrong about shorts. Apparently they can be monetized, but he was like, they're not gonna serve me any purpose because they can't make me money. And it's like, wow, Phil, thanks for letting your true colors fucking shine through, you moron.
I remember when he was complaining about how YouTube should return to the old algorithm from back in 2011, 2012, when he's talking about back when YouTube used to promote meaningful content, back when he used to be on the front page, basically. That's what he wanted YouTube to completely restructure to doing things in the old way, in which you had high ad revenue back in the day. And so therefore YouTube was good when he was on top, and there were few people. Mask has been slipping. Well, yeah, the mask slips, but the thing is that he's getting under a lot of stress because he's not making as much money, and he's been losing pay pigs, and things have been happening that have been causing stressors, like the WWE champions. It's out there. He has
pulling this stuff?
Yes, keep lying about it, even though everybody can see it.
It's not you.
The bank leaks, that's caused him a lot of problems.
Oh, but he's retconned those.
I know, but the thing, people don't believe. A lot of people don't believe it. Or even when the bank leaks came out, I went and I looked on his forums, and people were saying, "So what? So what if he does?" Can we leave
this, please?
And there were people who were on there, and he didn't actually delete that thread that was talking about that. He didn't delete that. There are a lot of people on there who are just saying, he's telling us that he's needs this money for all of this stuff, for all of these important things, but he's spending most of it on this. And a lot of the people are like, it's his money, he's getting it, he could do whatever he wants. And when it comes to ad revenue, okay. If it comes to sponsorship money, fine, blow it, do whatever you want with it. That's not a problem, okay?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't involve money. That involves money coming from companies, right? Coming from advertisers, coming from sponsors. But if you're telling people, I'm desperate, fans, people who love me, I'm desperate, I need your direct money, I need your tips, or else I'm not going to be able to eat, or I'm going to go to jail because I can't pay my taxes, and I'm crowdfunded because I'm the realest guy in the room and I'm not going to shill, etc., etc. Then you use it on that bullshit. No, that's wrong. That is not technically your money in that instance. Not in the same way, right? And people do have the right to wonder, like, what are you doing? You're begging for money for a specific purpose, but you're using it on something else. That's wrong. That's fraud.
That's fraud, yep.
It's fraud. And people say, well, you willingly gave the money, and it's like, well, there's...
The thing that irks me about that is people say, oh, well, you give him the money, you have no right to ask.
I think that you do. I think that in that instance that you do when he's talking about specific instances and it's coming directly from you. It's, I need this, or there's going to be big problems. Advertiser, when you're getting advertiser money or you're getting sponsorship money, burn it. Whatever. Don't care.
Yeah. Well,
right. Get prostitutes. Who run out, who you just say, oh, I need to go down to the car to get something, and they run off with your money. Fine, whatever. Giant bills. The fucker could be paying like $100 a month for gigabit internet, but he won't do it.
But he'll pay $400 or $500 instead.
But one of the things that I could see some value with a business line is that depending on the contract, is they will have insurance on there so that if the internet goes down and you can prove a loss because of your loss of internet, they do have insurance that will cover those losses up to a point.
Yeah, you have a support package. You have a support package, basically.
Right.
And that's the only difference.
And that's one of the only differences. Well, I guess he said also that the business line didn't have data caps on it naturally.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah,
I proved that one
that's
wrong.
bullshit. They do. Yeah.
They have,
Yeah. So, but that's what he claimed. But I mean, I could see how that could be a thing if the business line didn't have or maybe had a higher data cap on it than at the time that he signed up. He's probably still on the contract that he had back when he moved in.
And that's my theory. That's what, because of all the
in
pictures
2014.
and everything. Yeah. He's still got
Back
the
in
exact same
2014.
package. Yeah.
Right, but now it's like he can get uncapped data, gigabit, for $100 a month.
He should look into getting Horizon, $25 a month.
I don't think Verizon's available in his area. When I was looking, using his address, it wasn't available.
Probably isn't good enough for what he wants.
He has some renting bum internet, and then he has Comcast. Those are his only options.
Oh no, Comcast is bad.
He just pulled the boss. What the hell?
Oh shit! That wasn't me. I'm over here.
I know. I think it was the healer. No, I want to finish this.
Xfinity. Well,
you're gonna
he can't get fiber.
Finish it.
He can't get fiber.
Yeah, there's no fiber in his area. There's CenturyLink, which isn't in his area. There's Hughes, which is satellite. Viasat.
And he doesn't want that.
Well, no, God, those things suck.
Oh no! What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why? Yeah, that was bad. I'll be right back.
T-Mobile home internet with a 5G what? Did they put a like an antenna up on outside your home for that?
Well, no. All you get is like an air card. You'd get like an air card.
Okay. 5G internet for your home. Wow.
Why are we voting to? Oh.
The tank fucking
DC,
left.
yeah, I just saw that. So who aggroed all that shit? Was it
probably the tank? I think he ran in DC.
Yeah.
What they would do is they would give you an air card, or a wireless or a USB, just like a wireless USB stick, and you plug it in and you get 5G.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys.
You just plug it into the device that you want to have the internet.
Yep. Yeah, I've set them up before.
All right, and
the problem with those though is you don't get a lot of like unlimited data with those packages. You're going to be paying for data by the gigabit, right? And at that point, it's not worth it.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I
I think
turned the fuck up.
Yeah, the standard Xfinity package gives
I
you.
fucked up.
God, how many? What was it?
Where?
It gives you like a 2 terabit data.
Yeah, it was 2 terabyte. It was 2 terabyte data pack before they throttle you, and then but you could buy more unlimited by the chunks of gigabytes. I think it was.
Yeah, but they do have the Xfinity has. You have your internet, and then there's an $80 charge, I believe, and then you get. But it's
for an extra $10.
Yeah. So but here in Canada, they're all by default. You have to request if you want a data cap. Why the fuck you would do that? Is beyond me.
Great streaming day. Great day back for sure. From break.
Maybe if they would give you a discount if you had a data cap, I could see that. If you know that you don't use a whole lot of internet, if you're older and you don't stream and you're just using it for your internet for basic functionality and the Internet of Things in your home, I could see that if they said that if you elect a data cap, then we will give you so many dollars off a month, and for some people that might be worth it.
Well, no, right? Yeah, they do, but at the same time, like here, like Shaw's package isn't really worth it to have that type of internet.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, Phil finished. Only made $77 tonight.
How much did he make?
Only $77.
Oh,
I don't know what he made in super chats, but super chats don't matter. Remember that.
Yeah. Super chats don't matter. Oh, hey, nice. He has the Kyrian Guardian thingy.
Yeah, or here in my area we got a bunch. We have well, it depends on where you are. So there's AT&T.
We pulled again.
No.
And we pulled the
AT&T.
No.
Shit.
Oh no.
Oh, you got.
Oh, can we please? There's no way we're gonna finish this.
You just want to drop?
Oh yeah, God, I remember this one.
Yeah, let's drop group.
Yeah.
Is there? What's wrong with Is it the tank or something?
They pulled the entire room.
That wasn't the paladin that time, though. I think, or the tank that time. I think it was the healer cutting in way too close.
Okay, guys. Well, Phil's done for the night. I want to thank everybody for attending. This was an awesome fucking stream. We had Heather P. and Meth Bear. I want to thank Roachbait for doing all the modding and Meth Bear for helping out with the modding there at the end with all Jad's sex bots. I'll have to talk to Jad tomorrow about because him and I are gonna have words.
Scottish girls can be. I've known. Well, she was American. She was American, but she had Scottish parents here in the U.S. And yeah, they could be angry and spicy, and they don't put up with shit typically. So that could be fun. It's like, is this girl gonna?
Ginger's
ginger. She was a ginger. She was a.
It's my kryptonite.
Yeah, redheads are. I knew. There was this one redhead I knew who was actually who could tan. She was a daywalker, as the ancient lore had described. So yes, there are gingers. There are gingers who can tan. Yeah.
Oh.
They're rare. Just because there's different. I mean, red because skin and red hair, they have different. There's you have basically different kinds of red hair, and so you could have a certain mix in which you have red hair, but you have the type of red hair that would allow you to not just burn to a crisp when you go outside. You can actually get yourself a tan. So, but that tends to be very rare. It tends to be very rare. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just that tone in your voice. Oh yeah. It's just like, oh no, I need to get out of here now before it gets.
Oh no. So, but it's like whatever. It's like at my age, it's like just don't be idiotic, be loyal,
Right,
and
yeah.
just don't fuck with me for fun. Like a lot of them, they'll just, as Gundam says, it's like they'll go ahead and they'll start pushing. A lot of them will start trying to do shit tests and stuff. It's like, well, they kill themselves, and it's like, don't fucking do it. Redheads with no particular interests. It's like you can have interests. It's just don't be an asshole, man. Just don't do that shit.
What if I like being an asshole?
Well then you be you. You do you. I mean, you got you got your own. You got your boys. Well, actually, no, they're adults now, right? So
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
so
they're adults.
They're adults. So I mean, you got your own interests, and it's just, I mean, you do you.
Yeah. No,
they tan, but yeah, some of them can end up getting all freckly and shit like that. So
my best friend says I can't be an asshole. I don't have it in me to be an asshole. I talk a big talk, but I really can't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Except when it comes to DSP, which my best friend is blissfully unaware of. So he can just keep pretending that I am a nice person, and
yeah, I don't talk about him to the girly that that I'm talking to and everything. Yeah. So she's in college still, so and she has her dumb friends and shit, and so I'm just not like,
oh wow,
fucking around with that. So which is something that this could end up being fucking suicide. But the thing is, if you're trying to find a girl who somebody who doesn't have kids already, it's like, it's as the older they get, the harder it is, to find. So not Pop's type. Pop's type is, Pop's type's he's married. He has a female wife.
A female wife. That's good.
He has a female wife. There you go. Yeah. So he's successful. He's a successful adult. And there we go. Right. So he's ahead of the curve.
Yeah. But again, I want to thank everybody for joining. I think we'll call the stream here next week. Up in the air for next Friday, because Phil's still going to play this Capcom Fighting Collection because he got a lot of players.
Well, he might move. He might move because of Jack's Raxer, right?
Yeah,
well, Jack showed up. Jack showed up tonight. So
okay.
He got it. So he's going to keep milking this fucking Capcom cow till the bitch is dry.
Yeah, well, of course, he's not going to move over to Fightcade. But again, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all the new subscribers to the channels. I want to thank Methbear and Heather for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely going to be doing this again. And I'll see you guys on King Jad's stream tomorrow. For bingo.
I saluted like I was on camera. It's like, oh, no, wait, nobody's seeing that, stupid. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh God, no! I'm not doing a face. I'm not doing a face reveal. I think there's only like one detractor who knows what I look like, and so I'm not.
Still gotta get King Jad.
I'm going to become one of those VTubers, and I'm going to get like a succubus with big tits and big doe eyes and jiggle factor, and that's going to be my shtick. Yeah, you guys were like, hell yeah, go for it.
Mommy milkers will get you lots of bits, and they'll, throwing sausages at you and shit like that. So
right.
So
all right.
Good
night, everybody.
Guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.